You take the club. Y'all looking for me? Yeah, buddy. I'm back. Y'all looking for me? Well, you ain't gotta look no motherfucking further, cause here I is. Hey! That's right. Hit you with that holy grail. I'm back. It's been a while, but hey, it's on. Well, here I am on another flow, and this is the Relationship Rehab Show, and also the UGOA, United Guns of America is what I say. I've been gone, but I'm back up in this bitch again to do another breakdown, and I'm gonna win, because that's all I know how to do. I do this thing for me, and I do it for you. So come on in. Click the like button, click the share button, and let me teach you something. You can teach me something, or I can teach you something, but either way, we gon' learn a little something, cause knowledge, that is what you call power. I got on the shirt, and I'm fresh up out the shower. I'm going with this flow, and I don't even know when it's gonna end, but I can tell you one thing though, I'm gonna do what it is I came to do, and this is my show. So to all the people that say he talk too much, shut the fuck up, because my show is for me to Here I is, y'all. It's been a while, and I'm back. Yes indeed. So what's been going on? I know some of y'all been like, where the fuck is this nigga been? I done been out and about doing some things, taking care of some business. Let me tell y'all what I really did. Some of y'all may not know this, and I know I didn't know it until I experienced it myself. I did not know nothing about this until I went and did it myself. But I actually went and did a turnaround flight to Michigan, Southwest Michigan, for some apples. Now, I know that this shit sounds crazy, but let me tell you something. If you have never had a fresh picked Honeycrisp apple from Michigan, shout out to my peeps at Crane Orchards. If you ain't never had that before, you really ain't gonna understand what I'm saying and what I'm talking about. If you have never had a Honeycrisp apple, you ain't gonna know what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you, I had to go get them. I had to do it because it is by far the greatest piece of engineered fruit I've ever eaten in my life. If you ain't never had a Honeycrisp apple, you can go buy one from the store, and they're gonna cost you an arm and a leg. The motherfuckers at the grocery store, they like $3.99 a pound. Expensive ass apple. But I tell you this, if you get the opportunity to get a fresh picked Honeycrisp apple, it will change your life. I'm telling you right now. So I had to go do that. Then I had to get back home, take care of some stuff. See, you said I love a Korean pear. See, I never had a Korean pear. I'm telling you, that apple is good in the stove, but it is amazing fresh off. I'm talking when you go out there in the orchard yourself and you twist and pull the apple off the tree when it's ripe and in season. I'm telling you right now, I got so many that I had to take the wine out my wine fridge, and the racks out my wine fridge is full of apples. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying I have a problem. I know I'm addicted, whatever you want to call it, addicted. I don't care. I'm not ashamed. I'm just not. But that's what I went to go do. I also, and that's what I did. I'm just saying, that's what I had to do. This is what I had to do. I had to get together, and that's what I did. But did that, spent some time with the family, with my wife, and just been doing my thing. But I'm back on track now. Yep, cherries are good too. Yes, indeed. I've done the cherries off the tree, fresh pick. If Michigan ain't, let me tell you something. Michigan, they ain't got nothing special about food. There ain't no special food in Michigan. They ain't got shit as far as sports going. Fuck them Tigers, fuck them Pistons, fuck them Lions, fuck all them teams. All right? Fuck, they ain't worth shit. The only thing that fucking Michigan is good for is fresh produce, Ford, Chrysler, and GMC. That's it. General Motors. That's it. All the rest of that shit, I tell my cousin this. Shout out to my cousin Wes. I love you, brother. They could close Detroit or just turn it into a big ass rest stop on your way to somewhere else, like to Canada. Like if you're going to Canada, you stop in Detroit just for gas, unless you want to buy a car or picking some fruit. You just keep going through the motherfucker. Ain't shit else there. Ain't worth shit. Used to be Motown. It ain't Motown no more. Bear Gordy don't even live in that motherfucker no more. But I'm just saying, other than that, I ain't got shit for Michigan. I just don't. Michigan, the teams, I hate them all. Well, the college teams are pretty good. They better than the goddamn college football teams are better than the goddamn pro teams that's in Michigan. But I'm just saying. But anyway, other than that, that produce is the shit. But moving right along, here we are with yet another breakdown. And I'm telling y'all, this one is a wang dang doodle. See, agrees. That's what I'm just saying. Just think, Michigan got now. When you talking about some peaches, shout out to Innsfield peaches. If you don't know nothing about no Innsfield peach, you missing out. Best peach I've ever had in my life. The best peach and the best apples I've ever had. Best blueberries I've ever had. They came from Michigan. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you right now. That's what it is. It's the spot. That's what it's about. It is off the chain. You want some fresh fruit? I'm telling you. You got an entire field of them, Scotch. Hey, man, enjoy it, brother. Enjoy it. But I'm telling you, what's up, Night Train? Beverly Jones over in the VIP section. That's what we call the United Guns of America. Shout out to them. But, yeah, I also wanted to say this. Now, y'all know, or for those of you who don't know, y'all know the goal that we are trying to reach by the end of the year is 10,000 subs. Well, I am happy to announce that we are 61% there because we are now at 6,100 subs. So, oh, wait, I had a thing I had on here. Well, let me try to see if I can find it. I don't think I did. I think I was bullshitting, and I think I messed up, and I don't have it. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. But yes, we have reached 6,100 subs. I'm very happy. And I tell you this, I really was like, man, 10,000 subs, that's crazy. That's going to be a lot. But it's like, it seems as though like once I started talking about it, it seemed like it started happening. So shout out to everybody who's been clicking the thumbs up. Shout out to everybody who's been sharing the show. It is really working. We added from that time, man, it's just been a few weeks. We added like 350 people in like the last couple of weeks. And I ain't even been like going hard like I'm about to now because I'm like settled back in and all of the shit that I've been having to do, I'm good now. So it's like, man, I'm really going to be able to start cranking out some shows and really start creating more content, more on a consistent basis. So I'm definitely happy about that. But yeah, I must admit, we have been doing good. So I'm very happy about that. I appreciate everybody who has been on the team and helping out and getting stuff together. But we have officially made some good strides in these past couple of weeks. And man, I have nothing to say but thank you. I appreciate it. We done made some good progress, finally. So I want to get to 10,000 subs before the end of the year. And we are definitely on our way. Yeah, and I had like this new thing that not new thing, but I had this whatchamacallit on here for that. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I put it right here. Hold up. Yeah. But either way, let me go ahead and just say that. So thank you to everybody who's helped with that. And let's continue to do that. Let's continue to grow the channel. Let's go ahead and let's get big. That's all I'm saying. Let's get big. Ain't no reason for us not to. God damn it. We to everybody in Soto Nation, to everybody that's watching, all my friends, family, people that know, people that don't know, everybody in United Guns of America supporting that channel, we gonna grow these damn things. Why not? You know what I'm saying? If everybody else can grow a channel, damn it, why can't I? So I'm looking forward to that, to see where we're going and how it's going to progress. But I'm really excited about that. Let me go here because I thought that I had this thing and I know I'm not crazy. And it was like a thing I said I wanted to have it because every time I said I go live, every time I talk about it, I'm going to make sure I talk about the subs. And then I said I was going to play this really cool like little thing, but I can't find it. Oh my God. I'm just so hurt. I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt. There it is. There it is. I knew I was going to find it. Yeah. There we go. Hey, that's what we're going to do every time. Not that. Yeah, man. We're going to get it cracking every time. Not that. That's a lot of hell. Yeah, buddy. So every time we get some subs and we get like 6,500, then we get to 70,000 and 7,500. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the applause. We're gonna clap it up and all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and put that up there because that's where that needs to go. And then we're going to put it up there like that there so nobody really pay attention to it. But when I want to play it, I can just click on it and go. Hey, we reached 6,100 subs, guys. Thank y'all so much. Huh? There we go. There it is. That's how we do it. All right, look. So let's go. Without further ado, let's get the show started. And we're going to start with my favorite part of the show, where we hear a little something from my good thing, my side chick, my baby mama, my wifetress, my good thing, my forever chick. Let's go.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Yeah. I'm going to tweak that a little bit, but all right. So for those of you who may or may not know, there is a recorded police interaction, and that happened, it took place out in Elk Grove, California. So, and it seems as though is that there was a black teenager that has got pulled over by the police. And I guess the interaction kind of went sideways, and the mama and the daddy of this young boy came outside, and shit, in my opinion, got out of hand. And Tommy actually did this earlier today, and he was asking a question about it, and he was like, in my opinion, what I said was, I believe shit went out of hand because the police officer was not in control. And it's one of those things to where, and shout out to all my law enforcement officers. Thank you guys for your service. It's a thing about this. Police officers need to realize this. You are in a position of authority as a trained professional. And yes, you are in a public service position, but you still need to realize this. You are the officer. You are in the position of authority. And because of that, there are certain things that you need to do to make sure that things do not get out of control. I know in today's world, in today's time, with all of this BS that's been going on with protesting and everybody's going after police officers, if you putting on that badge and that gun, and you ain't retired or walked off the job. You putting on that badge and gun every day. It is your job. It's your duty. It is your responsibility to do your job. And a lot of times what people don't realize is there are certain things that you don't have to do as citizens, and police officers need to realize there are certain things you don't have to do as police officers. And a lot of times you let things will get out of control or get out of hand or go too damn far or go way left because you're not taking charge of the situation. I tell people all the time, sometimes people do too much talking. Sometimes you have to tell people to shut up. Sometimes you have to tell people to stop. Sometimes you have to tell people, listen, if you keep going, I'm going to lock you up. You're impeding, you're interrupting, you're stopping, you're hindering my investigation, and that in itself is against the law. Sometimes you have to play that card because when you don't, you let people build false narratives, or like I always say, niggas love to lie, and they will just flat out fucking lie on you, and then shit then went left, and now you got this other narrative that's out there, and that's not what happened. And it's not gonna do anything but make the entire situation worse than what it is or what it has to be. Sometimes people fuck up and just have to go to jail. Sometimes it's just a simple interaction that could just be taking place, and all you got to do is your job and be gone. And the fact that you don't, because you letting a loudmouth motherfucker who don't know shit about the law talk to you and tell you what to do, you waste a lot of time and you let shit get out of hand. I'm a computer technician by trade, and I've also been a police officer. And it's like, there's certain things that I do when I listen as a police officer, when I would listen to civilians, when I would listen to, people of the public and telling me a story or telling me what's happening, things like that. And when I would be, even as a computer technician, I have to listen to a user for so long. But there's only so much that a user can tell me about computers and what I need to do to fix it before I stop them. Because what it's going to do is going to waste time, and it's going to give that person that's talking a false sense of what's going on. And that's why people always say, sometimes you have to listen to people and let people say what they need to say and get what they have to get out. That's true, unless, and here's my big disagreement with that, you don't let people talk when they're fucking lying. You don't. Because what that does, that builds a false narrative, and it literally creates propaganda to go for shit to go left. You don't let people run their mouths when they are lying. Period. Now, if you have a difference of opinion, I felt you was yelling, I felt you wasn't, okay, that's one thing. But when somebody's saying, you said this, and you're like, no, I didn't say that, you don't just let a motherfucker just keep going when you don't stop them. Hold up, stop. I did not say that. Don't say that anymore. That's what you have to do. It's not about you cut me off and ain't letting me speak. No. I'm going to let you speak and say whatever you need to say. But when there are facts that are clear and present that are there and you're not acknowledging them, then yes, I'm going to stop you when you're telling somebody something different. You don't have to say them, but you damn sure ain't going to say nothing against the facts that's of what happened. And that's what you're going to see that's happening here. And because that police officer is just sitting there being a dumbass, because and I guess she thought she was really being a smart ass, but she really wasn't. She was looking very fucking stupid, and she was embarrassing herself and the department. But let's go ahead and let's take a look here. We're going to watch this quick little news clip about it, and then we're going to break down the video. Yeah, that usually works better when there's some sound. There we go.
Yeah, well, despite racial profiling allegations, law enforcement experts...
Hey, you know what I just noticed about this? You see this lady here, and you see the mask that she has on? I swear it seems like every woman, to me, looks like a Mortal Kombat fighter. You know how all of the women on Mortal Kombat, they all wear fucking masks pretty much? It seems like every woman that is on TV or that I see in person, it's like I'm just waiting to hear the next thing is like, fight. If I see a woman just standing there doing this one day, I'm like, this bitch about to do some Mortal Kombat with somebody. Just think about it. Google a picture of any of the ladies of Mortal Kombat and look at them now. When you see them here, it's like, these motherfuckers look like Mortal Kombat players. Like they Mortal Kombat fighters. All of them do. It's like they all wear this style mask. I don't know why, but it's like they all got that. Like, what is the lady in the blue? Is it Katana? Yeah, I think it's Katana. Yeah, it's Katana. It's like everybody's Katana. They got that whole garb on. The only thing they missing are like the fans. But it's like, Jesus, all of them look like they Mortal Kombat players.
Experts I talked to today say, yeah, well, despite racial profiling allegations, law enforcement experts I talked to today say the officers seen in this video now gaining national attention did nothing wrong. They say she remained calm, she followed standard protocol, and social media has helped blow this case way out of proportion.
I understand how violent you're being right now.
I'm being violent?
This is our first look.
And look at what, here's my thing too. Ain't black, I gotta say this. I'm gonna say it because damn it needs to be said. This is somebody's mother. This is also somebody's wife. And even though she's a mother and a wife, and regardless of what she may have gone through, there is absolutely no excuse whatsoever for a grown-ass adult female to come outside dressed like this. I don't give a fuck how hot it is. I don't give a fuck what she was doing before. This is ridiculous. Just the way that, and I don't understand why we the only ones that do this shit. We're the only ones that do this shit. Oh shit, the chat is messed up. What the hell? Thanks, man. I'm just looking at shit and let me see if that'll fix it. There we go. Thanks, Sylvester. But it's like, just look at how she's dressed. Oh, shout out to Ray Bond with the super chat. I appreciate it. Congrats, Mr. and Mrs. on the new little one. 10,000K. I said 10,000K. 10K coming soon. Yes, we on the road to 10,000 subs. But it's like, when you look at what she's wearing, why would you wear that? Not saying in the house, because you wear what the hell you, this is America, Jack. Wear whatever the fuck you want in your home. But when you step outside, you representing your husband, you representing your children, you're representing your family, and not to mention you're representing the most important person, which is your own fucking self. Why would you come out dressed like this? This shit is ridiculous. And we the only ones that do this shit. This fucking bonnet bullshit. Bitches in bonnets. Bitches in bonnets. Let's get it started. They got these bitches in bonnets. That's all they do. They wear these fucking bonnets on their head and they don't never go nowhere. Well, I wear this because it keep my hair from getting messed up so my ends won't break off. Okay, but bitch, if you did your hair, and I ain't saying you got to have it fried, dyed, and laid to the side. I ain't saying that. Put it in a ponytail. Or put it in one of them little things that my wife wear them all the time. What are them things called? I be calling it the little doorknob. But it's like the little wrap up thing and it just sit right there. Put it in one of them motherfuckers. It's like, I don't understand why they won't just say, hey, let me slick my shit back. A bun, thank you. Why I won't slick my shit back, put it in a little ponytail and be good. Or let's say your hair's fucked up. Let's say you got a short Halle Berry style or something. Take one of these, a hat, and just put it on your head. Not say you gotta have this hat, but get a lady's cap and just put it on to where you look presentable. To where you're not just wearing any fucking thing or wearing this fucking, I look like a fucking chef, but I'm really not because I can't cook a goddamn thing but noodles, hat on. And then they'll wear whatever else with it. Like this lady, this is ridiculous. I'm so tired of this look. And the only thing and the other thing that they wear are them big furry fucking leopard print or fucking furry ass fucking house shoes. I was in the airport the other day and I saw a lady walking through the airport with some big furry fucking house shoes on. I understand your feet may be hurting. I understand you may want to have a comfortable flight. But god damn. Do you have to be that fucking comfortable? You want to wear a fucking nightgown or some shit to be that comfortable? It's ridiculous, man. Y'all please. And it's like women, y'all need to start calling that shit out. Like, girl, you my girl and all. And I know we just going up the street to the beauty salon or we just going up the street to Walmart, but you need to put something else on. You with me. It's like, damn, they wear just what the fuck ever. Now, when your ass going to the tavern or you going to the lounge, oh, now you going to go all out. But you won't even be halfway decent going to the grocery store, going to the liquor store, going to the corner store, going to the Quickie Mart. Yes, I did put the Indian accent on Quickie Mart. I'm just saying. Just be fucking decent. You don't have to be fucking dressed up like fucking Cinderella ready to go to the ball, but you should at least be presentable to where you look like you could be somebody. God damn. Oh, let's see. I got the shout out to my man Michelle Colbray. That's what's up. $20. My man. And also shout out to April Jones. Hit your boy off with the Cash App too. Y'all loving on the nigga today. That's what I'm talking about.
The body camera video released by Elk Grove Police, worn by Officer Misty Johnson, seen in the same video gone viral.
You will not be the judge and executioner.
Officer Johnson pulled Stacy Harvey Slocum's 19-year-old son, Tobias Eagle, over for rolling a stop sign right in front of her home. He says he believes he was racially profiled.
We give her the license registration, and she asked if I'm on probation.
Here's my first question. How are you racially profiled for running a fucking stop sign? You ran a stop sign. How are you racially profiled for running a stop sign? You ran the stop sign. That's called a traffic violation. It is what it is. It's a traffic. Matter of fact, on my way to the airport on Friday, I got pulled over myself for speeding in a school zone. I was speeding in a school zone, I just dropped my son off on my way to the airport, and I was speeding. I was doing like 10 miles over the speed limit in a school zone and wasn't even paying attention, and the police were like right there coming the other way. Had me dead to rights. I didn't say, oh, you racially profiling me. And when I got pulled over and when I'm sitting there, I said, fuck. As soon as I saw her bust the Huey, I pulled right over. 2 female police officers get out the fucking car, and I'm sitting there. I got my shit in my hands on my steering wheel. And as soon as she walked up, she says, how you doing? I said, I'm fine. She's like, I'm officer somebody. I said, how you doing, officer? And I immediately said, I'm sorry. I did not see you. I was on the phone with my job. Excuse me. And I'm trying to get to the airport to catch a flight. And yes, I was speeding, and I'm sorry. Plain and simple. I didn't even want, there was nothing to argue. I didn't care if I was black, if I was orange, purple. I was in the fucking wrong all the way. And she pulled my black ass over like she should have, because it's her prerogative. She can do what she want to do. It's her prerogative. She can write me a ticket. She can whatever she wanted to do. And you know what she did? She asked for my license and my registration, showed it to her. She took my shit back to the car, checked it, came back and said, I'm going to give you a warning. Slow your motherfucking ass down. Well, she didn't say that, but she said, slow the fuck down, goddammit. And I said, thank you. And I will. Wasn't shit. It's like, and I'm telling y'all right now, I cannot tell you how many times that I've gotten pulled over and I've gotten a warning. And I don't get pulled over all the time, but I get pulled over enough. I get pulled over on average, I guess, maybe 2-3 times a year. But I can't tell you the last. Well, I can't tell you the last time I got a ticket. Last time I got a ticket was when I was speeding on my way back from Memphis with my family, and that was back in 2015, I think it was. I was flying too. It was 2:30 in the morning. I'm doing like 90 in a construction zone on the highway, and the officer wrote my ass a ticket and still turned around and gave me a break. What should have been like a $275 ticket came out to just be $125. Dead ass wrong. Dead ass wrong. But I'm not going to argue that. And I'm not going to be on some, you did that because I was black. Could that officer have let me go? Hell yeah, he could have. That motherfucker was sitting in the dark in the cut. Got me though.
I'm like, no.
Eagle says he felt like the officer was being aggressive.
I'm trying not to talk. I'm not trying to move because the police officer has her hand on her gun.
But a national and state police practices expert, Ed Obayashi, a Plumas County deputy sheriff, said he believes this officer did nothing wrong. Ed Obayashi.
So let me show you something.
Move because the police officer has her hand on her gun.
But a national.
So you see this? You see how that officer is standing? People get the misconception of that officer saying they got their hand on their gun. No. It is a natural reflex or habit that a lot of officers develop, including myself. I did it all the time, to where you rest your hand on the top part of your holster. It's a weird thing, but that's just how you stand. Some people, I know I did it all the time. I would just be standing and I would just put my hand on top of my holster like that. That is not hand on the gun by a police officer. I don't know why motherfuckers will say that shit or think that that shit is it. That is not it. Most police officers, we will do this just out of habit. Just like how a motherfucking woman will stand with her hands on her hips while she talking shit. Or will motherfucking turkey roll her neck or some shit while she talking shit. It's the same thing. It's just literally, and for some odd reason, it's kind of comfortable. You just sit and you just rest your hand on your holster. It is not, hand on a gun means that my hand is on the handle. That's what hand on a gun means. Where my fucking gun at? Did I lose? I just lost my motherfucking gun. Where the fuck is my Glock? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Prime example. This is a thigh holster though. But this is a thigh holster. But there are a lot of holsters that are like this. And you can just rest your hand on this part. It just rests. It just sits like that. And if this, and because there are holsters that are similar to this, this is a level 2. But there are holsters that are like this where you just rest your hand on top of it. But with a duty holster like she has on, and like mine is over there. But with that duty holster, it's even bigger than this. Especially because I got the Safari Land, and it's the braided one. The not the braided one. It's the Safari Land basket weave. So it's a bulkier holster. But you rest your hand on it just because it's on your hip, and you'll just sit there like that while people are talking. You'll be leaning up against the car. You just put your hand on. It's a natural thing. When you're walking, you're just walking and you just have your hand on top of that holster. It is a natural thing. Do not think that an officer is like scared or an officer is nervous and when they got their hand like this. When that palm is on the gun or on the top part of the holster, that is not somebody thinking, I'm about to pull my gun. Here's how you know when an officer is thinking, hey, I'm gonna have to pull my gun on this motherfucker. When they put their hand on the fucking butt of the gun, when it is on this part of the gun, now you're talking about that officer has their hand on their gun. You'll usually see a finger down like that on the side, or the hand could be like this. But if my hand is not here, my hand is not on my gun. I can have it here. I can have it while I'm sitting like that. I can have it resting. As long as I'm not here, my hand ain't on my gun. This means my hand is on my gun. That means I'm resting my hand. Literally, I promise you, that's what it is. Police officers, we do not have If I'm thinking I might have to pull my gun, I'm gonna put my hand on my gun because that's how I have to pull it. But just resting, I'll just rest my hand on it. No, that's not a safari holster. That's a whatchamacallit. This is a oh wait, it might be no, it's not. This is a whatchamacallit. God damn it. The Serpa. This is the Black Hawk holster. Black Hawk thigh holster. Yeah, that's my Black Hawk thigh holster. But that's what we do. That's just what police officers do. You will see that 1,000 times. You'll see officers standing around talking to each other, and you'll see one sitting there with the palm of their hand resting on the top part of that gun or the top part of that holster. So don't think that. And a lot of people think that they got their hand on their gun. Why you got your hand on your gun? That ain't right. Take your hand off your gun. Another thing too, you don't tell the police to take their hand off their gun. I had to tell a lady one time in a heated situation, she tried to tell me not to take my hand off my gun, but to holster my gun. I don't know if I ever told a story about the time when I had to break leather, when I had to pull my gun out. And she said because she got a kid inside of her trailer to put my gun up. And you know what my response was to her? It wasn't ma'am. It wasn't madam. It was bitch. I'm the police. You don't tell me when to put my fucking gun up. Put your fucking hands up. That was my response. And you know what her boyfriend told her? Shut the fuck up. Exactly. And she did. And that was the best thing he could have done for her. Because we were actually serving a fucking arrest warrant on a bad guy like a motherfucker in a fucking circle of fucking trailers. And this dude literally tried to dip inside the trailer. Now, I don't know who's coming out of these trailers. I don't know if somebody's going to try to shoot us from these trailers. I don't know any of that. So what I'm doing is I'm calling everybody the fuck out of that trailer. Because I don't know what the fuck is in there. And I don't know who is in there. And that bitch gonna tell me, I got a child inside. Put your gun away. Bitch, have you lost your mind? Fuck you mean, put my gun away. So your fucking uncle or your cousin can shoot me? Bitch, please. I tell you what, though. If a motherfucker do shoot me, you the first one down. I tell you that. Shit's ridiculous. People think they can tell the police what the fuck to do. That ain't how this shit go. And that's what the fuck I couldn't believe. It's like people always just, I understand that you don't know the law, but the fact that you don't know the law, that's not a fucking excuse. And I say this all the time. Black folks need to learn the law. Know what the police can and can't do. And when they do something wrong, you now know what to do.
And state police practices expert Ed Obayashi, a Plumas County deputy sheriff, said he believes this officer did nothing wrong.
This comes nowhere near a terminable action.
And he says verbally asking if someone is on probation or parole isn't a requirement, but it is standard procedure.
But at no time do I hear her raising her voice. I see no actions on her part. Aggressive action. She is basically what any officer would be taught to do in those.
No bra on.
And we're hearing of other interactions.
But she Facebook Live.
You're a nice cop, right? I try. You seem like you're a very nice cop.
That paint a completely different picture.
I feel like I'm guilty for getting treated like that, and next thing you know, you see the same exact cop with the same exact stop sign for the same exact ticket, but with a whole different scenario. You know, I was probably in and out for like 2 minutes.
Elk Grove police say they are now bringing in an outside agency to conduct an independent investigation into this incident. They also say that they did have a meeting set up with both the chief, the family, and the officer involved in this incident, but the family canceled that meeting in order to file a formal complaint. Back to you.
Lena, thank you. Live in Elk Grove for us tonight. Of course, we'll keep you updated on this story.
So here's what we really need to see to get into the meat and potatoes of this. So this kid had a traffic violation and got pulled over. That's what happened. Now within that, this police officer asked if this person was on parole. Now, what a lot of people don't understand, police officers can ask you any motherfucking thing they want to. Are you on parole? Where you going for lunch? Where you coming from? What you doing? Where you on your way to? Do you have a yeast infection? How's your head? Do you do drugs? Are you on meth? Police officers can ask you anything. And one of the main reasons why we do that is to see if you're going to be nervous, if you're acting like you have something to hide, or if you're just going to flat out fucking lie to us. Because that helps us gauge what type of person we're dealing with. If I ask you, hey, so where you going tonight? Why the fuck you want to know that, officer? I'm like, what the fuck you got to hide? I'm going home. I'm going to work. I'm going to my friend's house. I'm going to see my mama. I'm just left my auntie crib. Why is that secret information? But if you telling me, you can't, I ain't asking no questions. Okay. So obviously this person don't want me to know where they're going or where they're coming from. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. Because if you just came from the dope house, you ain't gonna tell me that you just did that now, did you? Oh, I just came from the crack house up the street. Oh, I just got through buying my weekly meth dosage. You're not gonna tell me that, are you? So if you're hiding something, or if you're not willing to tell me something as simple as where you're going or where you're coming from, then I'm definitely, my antenna's gonna go be a little more raised. Not saying you have to, but if you show that you don't want to, then I'm gonna think that you're trying to hide something. It's natural. Plain and simple. If you call your buddy or your homeboy stop by your crib, you be like, oh, nigga, where you been? What you been on today? And if your homeboy asks, nigga, why you asking where I'm coming from? You'll be like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? I just asked you. You could just been like, oh, shit, nowhere, just riding. Or you could be like, hey, I just came from the gym. Anything. But that's why police officers ask those questions. The other thing, too, is asking the question on if you on parole or not, asking the question if you got any warrants or not. That's something to where I want to see if you're forthcoming and if you're going to tell me the truth.
You are free to go give him a ticket if he ran a stop sign. It's no point for this. You have his driver's license, registration, and insurance in your hand. You just looked at it. You're trying to question if he's on probation or parole because he's a black man?
Because he's a black man, you're trying to question if he's on probation or parole. If I'm asking you this question, it's a simple yes or no. But if you don't want to answer, and here's my thing. If I'm the police officer and I'm in that situation and I got your information and I still ask you and you want to be an asshole, in my mind right then and there, I'm going to be like, oh, okay. So you don't want to have a conversation? Fine, that's your right. And just like it's my right to write your ass up and write you a ticket for every fucking infraction that you have broken, I'm going to do it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. If I ask your ass, hey, so you got any, if you give me your information, hey, you got any warrants, you on probation or anything like that, and you tell, what the fuck you asked me that for, because I'm a black man? I'm going to be like, no, I'm asking you because I want to know what kind of person or who exactly I'm dealing with. That's why I want to know. Because if you do got a warrant, maybe you don't want to go to jail today, and maybe you're going to try to motherfucking shoot your way out of this shit. Maybe if you do have a warrant and you lie to me or you don't want to tell me, maybe now I'll be a little bit more on edge and be a little bit more expecting of some fuck shit to happen. Because when that shit happened, don't nobody say nothing then. When the officer walks up to the car door and says, good afternoon, how you doing? And then the motherfucker turns around and just starts shooting. When you see that video, y'all don't say shit then, do you? That shit pisses me off when police officers, when you see videos and people say, why the police gotta say this? Why the police gotta do that? Why the police doing this? Because when you see them videos, when a motherfucker just starts dumping on a police officer, when a motherfucker officer is just walking up and says good afternoon and the motherfucker starts shooting, or when a person pulls the police officer, when a police officer pulls a person over and they just get out and start shooting at the fucking windshield of the police officer, y'all don't have shit to say then when that happens. When a police officer goes and yells stop to a motherfucker and they turn around and shoot and bang, motherfucker just dead, y'all don't have shit to say then except for that's the job. You right, motherfucker. And just because I have the authority to ask your ass whatever fucking questions I want to, it don't mean I'm a fucking racist. It means I'm asking questions because I'm checking the temperature of the motherfucker I'm dealing with. And every fucking police officer that's watching this, keep doing the shit. Because it helps you. If a motherfucker starts stuttering and stammering, that means that motherfucker either got a speech impediment or he on some fuck shit. 9 times out of 10, he's on some fuck shit. That's a key indicator to the type of person that you're dealing with, is the one who can't tell you a straight up answer from a straight up question. Period. You walk up to a person and say, hey, how you doing this evening? What you pulled me over for, officer? Hey, I just said hello. How are you? You doing good? Well, why you got me pulled over? Oh, okay. Now you're nervous. I got you. Now I'm going to get a little more nervous. Now I'm going to get a little more on edge. Now I'm going to heighten my motherfucking security a little bit more because I see that the person that I'm dealing with is motherfucking nervous as fuck and they don't sound right. So I'm telling you, it happens all the time. And simple questions like that gives you an alert to let you know that you're dealing or about to deal with some fuck shit.
You are now watching an ASD Docs investigation. On September 13th.
The fuck is this shit? My son will not be your next hashtag.
As he makes his way there, he is being followed by Elk Grove police officer, Misty Johnson.
Our house in the middle.
What the fuck? Oh, this is that other video. God damn it.
Tobias's mother, Stacy, would interject and advise her son to not get back into his vehicle and remain standing on their property line. Once Officer Johnson got out of her vehicle, she would continually ask Tobias 3 times whether he was on probation. This is when Tobias's mother, Stacy, stepped in and asked why her son Tobias was being stopped in the first
any of your questions.
Officer Johnson
give him your ticket. This officer is right here harassing my son.
There we go. This is the other video here. Yeah, I saw that one because that had like some type of interview on it, but I wanted to go over the actual video first because I know I've seen that myself. So I don't know what this other one is, but we gonna watch this one first. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with that other shit, but yeah. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah.
She already has his driver's license, registration, and car insurance in her hand. She's asking if he's on parole or probation, and he has to answer her. He said, no, he's not on parole or probation. I said, go give him the ticket, and she will not. She's just standing there. What are you waiting for, ma'am? For what? For a traffic violation?
And here's my thing, too. And here's where the officer fucked up at. Number one, you pulled this kid over for a traffic stop. And actually, this kid is grown in the motherfucker. This kid is like 19, 20 years old. But you pull him over for a traffic stop. Why would you argue or antagonize or go back and forth with obviously a loudmouth bitch? Why would you do that when you could have just said, I got this information. The person said they're not on parole, they're not on probation. Let me write this motherfucker his ticket. And if there's anything else that he done did, if he ain't got on the seatbelt or whatever the fuck else I can write him a ticket for, I'm going to give it to him. And just write the ticket. It's for a fucking stop sign. He ain't got no fucking warrants. He ain't got no fucking record. Write the ticket and move the fuck on. as opposed to standing here with this bitch, because this ain't going, my thing with this is, it ain't getting you nowhere. You ain't dealing with nothing but a loudmouth bitch. And I don't understand why, as a police officer, that you want to do that. And the only thing that it comes down to is just that you wanted to be or try to be a bigger bitch than she was by holding up this whole fucking transaction. Move the fuck on. Tell her to shut the fuck up, or you're impeding my investigation. This kid is not a minor. He's an adult. You have nothing to do with this interaction. Nothing. I don't give a fuck if that's your son and you just gave birth to him. He's 19 years old. He's grown. I'm going to write him his ticket. Leave us the fuck alone and let me finish my fucking my traffic stop. That's it. And the fact that she sat there she really looked like a dumbass letting her fucking run her mouth. Why?
Okay, but you're making this dangerous. You're escalating it. Go give my son his ticket, and we will take care of this in court. You will not be the judge and executioner on this property right here. You will not.
And here's my thing. You will not be the judge and executioner with my son on this thing here. How does it get to that? How does it get to that? I tell you how it gets to that. By you being a fucking loudmouth yelling for no fucking reason. Yelling for no fucking reason. And here's my thing too. If you're in a position or in a situation where you feel as though an officer is not doing their job, or they're holding you up, or they're doing some fuck shit like she's doing, you can't make this bitch do nothing. Instead of being on fucking Facebook Live, why don't you get your dumb ass on fucking 911 and call dispatch and ask for a fucking supervisor? Or ask her to call a supervisor. And you know what you could have said? If you really wanted to be a real bitch, you could have been like, well, look here, bitch. Since you gonna stand here and waste my son time and waste my time, call your fucking supervisor right now. That's what the fuck you could have said. And if that bitch would have been like, I'm not calling anybody, or nope, I'm not, then you could have got on fucking 911 and be like, I need a supervisor over here. My son is being stopped, and this police officer is being very unprofessional and is wasting all of our time. Because she wants to try to prove a point by being a bitch. That's what you could have said, and it would have been true, and you would have been right. Because that's exactly what she's doing. She's fucking with you, and she's fucking with you because you're fucking with her. And here's where she's wrong. Because she's in a position of authority, bitch, you ain't got to deal with her. So why deal with her? It's not like this kid is a minor. That kid is a grown-ass man. Why the fuck are you even acknowledging and giving this bitch airtime? You should have just let her fucking run her mouth unless she's impeding your investigation or she's fucking up your investigation. Then I'd have told her, bitch, move the fuck back and shut the fuck up before I lock you up. And this shit does go left, and you gonna be the hashtag.
Go get my son his ticket. You have his ID.
Go get my son his
Run
ticket.
his ID and see if he's on probation or parole.
And that's like the third time she done said this shit, and this officer ain't budge. So obviously she's not following your fucking instructions. So why not call her supervisor? Because he's the only motherfucker who can make her do what the fuck you want her to do. But niggas don't know the law. Niggas don't know how to interact with police. They don't. That's why she's speaking for her son now, and she's doing a piss poor job. So you know her son don't know shit, because she don't know shit.
Not this child. Then go do your job. Why are you standing there? Why are you holding on to your gun? Why?
You see how she showed her? Bitch, I'm not holding on to my gun. I'm resting my palm. And matter of fact, it's my fucking gun. I can do what the fuck I want to do. Plain and simple. She ain't pulled it, she ain't pointed it, or did nothing of the sort to threaten you. So why the fuck do you even care? It's not even a fucking an issue. It's not even a point to even make. But when you want to lie and you want to make shit seem way more worse than what the fuck it is, you will say you got your hand on your gun. Lying ass bitch.
Your hand is on your gun. Go.
Let's see. My man Lorenzo Davis said, Brian, my problem is with white drivers. They have patience with blacks. They quick to they have patience with blacks. They quick to shoot. I'm not following that. My is with white drivers. They have patience with blacks. They quick to shoot. I don't know what you're saying, Lorenzo. Can you retype that so I can make sure I understand what you're saying?
Run his ID. I'm being violent. I'm not being verbally aggressive. You will not change this up. You will not create the narrative here that we've been seeing on the news. If he ran a stop sign, that's what you're saying.
And I'm going to tell you like this. This is the scenario in all of these interactions. And I'm going to tell y'all what. It's black women that do this shit. They the only ones that do this loud, consistent barrage of just fucking yelling the same thing, the same lies over and over again, all while trying to go viral. Yes, Amanda. All trying to go viral. They just saying the same old shit over and over again just so they can go viral. Just to, hey, share this, click the like, share this out, y'all. They trying to do this, y'all. You will not do this. You will not. That's all she kept doing. If you really are trying to keep your son safe, shut the fuck up and let this officer do their job. You can stand there and watch the whole goddamn time. You done instructed your son to shut the fuck up. You should try the same thing and shut the fuck up and let that officer do what the fuck they're doing. Talk to the supervisor. Talk to Central Dispatch. Why sit there and go back and forth with an officer that's obviously fucking with you and you're fucking with her?
Happily take the ticket, but I will not allow my son to stand here in front of you with your hand on your gun. That will not happen.
And you know what really the most disturbing part of the whole goddamn situation? That boy's father is standing there the whole time and ain't saying shit. Like Eazy-E. Don't quote him, boy, because he ain't said shit. He ain't said a goddamn thing. He's there right now. Quiet as a fucking church mouse. This is what happens when men are not in control and are not the head of the household. You got a loudmouth woman running her fucking mouth. And I'm telling you right now, if worse came to worse and shit did go left, you know who gonna be the first motherfuckers dead? That boy and that husband.
He's not leaving. He's standing right here. My son is not leaving. No, he's standing on our property line. We own this house. He's standing on our property line. You say he ran a stop sign, right? Go give him the ticket, and then you can leave in due time. You guys, she done called for backup and everything. Y'all share this video.
Now she calling for backup. Come deal with these niggas.
Because my son will not be the next hashtag.
And what the fuck does that mean? My son will not be the next hashtag. He ain't got no warrants. He ain't got shit going on. He's literally just standing there. So if you don't want your son to be the next hashtag, why don't you try a warm glass of shut the hell up for once? But you can't do that. You can't shut the hell up when you're trying to go viral. You can't shut the hell up when you're on Facebook Live. Your fans want to hear you talk.
Not gonna happen. If you're not gonna give him the ticket, we're not gonna stay out here. Then go give him the ticket. No, I'm not leaving my son in your hands with your hand on your gun.
Listen, why are you yelling though?
You are free to go give him a ticket. If he ran a stop sign, it's no point for this. You have his driver's license, registration, and insurance in your hand. You just looked at it. You're trying to question if he's on probation or parole because he's a black man? You can run his name and go give him his ticket. But you're not. You're not. You said you fear for your safety, but yeah, you could go to the car and give him your ticket, and this shouldn't take longer than 5 to 10 minutes. But you're not. My son will not be the next hashtag. It
You
will
see
not
that?
happen.
Grandstanding. She ain't doing shit but grandstanding. Just to try to go viral for this shit here.
You free to leave off our property, because if you slip and fall on this property, guess who's liable? It's us liable.
Now she's a fucking lawyer. Scotch says, but most people on the United Guns of America side, he said most people are.
So you're not gonna give him the ticket?
She did this thinking it would make her look bad.
We're giving you a
but most people are irrational and emotional anyway. It's always damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Please don't
nope,
damage our
it's
paperwork.
not. It's not.
We're giving
sometimes
you a small enough time to
you just have to. Sometimes you have to. It's like this, Scotch. Sometimes you have to let things take their course. Sometimes you have to let something just go ahead and do what it does so that you can get through it. Because her goal right now, supposedly, is to get this transaction over and done with. The only thing that she can do to move this along is to shut the fuck up and to call for a supervisor. And she is refusing to do either. And this shit been going on for at least this 3 minutes of the video. So you imagine a couple of minutes tacked on to that. She's just refusing to do that because she wants to talk about her son not being the next hashtag. She wants to talk about the officer having her hand on her gun, which she doesn't. That's the problem. When you don't know the fucking law, how you gonna tell a police officer what to do? When you don't know the rules of the game, you can't tell a motherfucker how to play the game. That's the problem here. Black folks want to tell the police what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and how to do it this way, how they should be doing it, but we don't know shit about the law. We just going on our feelings. I feel that you racist. I feel that this wasn't right. I feel that you should just write the ticket. Bitch, I could write the ticket, but I don't want to. And the only motherfucker who can make me write the ticket is my sergeant. Faster than what I want to do it. I'm going to write the ticket. I'm going to do so in my own sweet fucking time. Can't do nothing about it, but call the supervisor. Maybe try a warm glass or shut the hell up. And then speak calmly. And maybe you could get the process moving along further. But you just sitting here yelling the same shit over and over again. It's not getting anything done. Obviously.
Fight him. Look, y'all, she got his license right there. Got his license right there and still got to hold on to her gun. Got his license right there, but she still want to ask to identify him. Tanea, she's calling for backup. She calling for backup for whatever reason. Like, he literally got pulled over when we came outside.
Yep. And my thing is this ain't helping. If you're trying to get through the situation, don't hinder the situation. You see some fuck shit, record it, call it out. But to keep going back and forth over just repeating the same thing over and over again, it's stupid. It makes you look stupid. He said, Eric B says, Brian, you're not going to talk about how the officer treated the white kid. She didn't ask him if he was on parole or probation. No, she didn't. And did you see the white kid mama and daddy outside? Did you see that? No, you didn't. Did you see the white kid mama yelling and screaming, talking about he not going to be the next hashtag? No, you didn't. And I'm telling you like this, that white kid got treated differently because he knows how to interact with the police. The only reason why this bitch is going through this shit is, number one, this officer is being a bitch. I'm telling you that right now. She's being unnecessary. She's being extra like a woman would be. She's like a fucking woman scorned. She's being an asshole on purpose. And what I'm telling you is this, you being an asshole as well, it don't do nothing but keep a lot of shit going. If she wanted to be done with this, if she felt he was being discriminated against, if she felt that he was being mistreated, then all you gotta do is say, call your supervisor. I'm lodging a complaint, bitch. That's it. You arguing and trying to hold court with her ain't doing shit for you. You trying to hold court on Facebook, it ain't doing shit for you because she's well within the law to do what she's doing. She said she's fearing for her life because you're yelling like a fucking animal and I want backup. I'm not going to proceed until I get backup. She's well within her right to do that. She didn't feel safe. Maybe if the bitch wasn't yelling, maybe if the bitch wasn't talking about you not gonna make it in the next hashtag, maybe she would have just been like, you know what, fuck this, let me get out of here. Let me write this kid his ticket and I'm done. But no, she picked the right officer and they got the right bitch at the right time on the right day. And now she's sitting there saying, in her mind, I'm gonna be just as much, if not even a bigger bitch than you're being.
How long do you plan on just sitting here staring?
See?
When you could go give him the ticket.
See?
No, you probably wouldn't because I heard you on the radio yelling at him. I heard you on the radio yelling and screaming. That's why we stepped outside.
And let me tell you something. When you know how to deal with the police, I can tell you, let me tell you a story. My brother got pulled over by the police. This was back in the fucking 90s. But he got pulled over by the police. Okay? And he got pulled over by the police. He was driving a Camaro Z28. Right? It's like a 94 Camaro Z28. He's driving this Camaro, speeding, got pulled over. Police officer pulls him over, writes him a ticket, or is in the process of writing his ticket, and begins to lecture my brother about speeding. And my brother stops the police officer and says, look here, man, if you're going to write me a ticket, then write my ticket. But I'm not going to sit here and let you lecture me or listen to you lecture me on speeding. I'm not listening to that. Write my ticket and let me go. And that was it. And you know what the police officer did? Wrote the ticket and let him go. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't saying he not about to be the next hashtag. My mama wasn't out there. My daddy wasn't out there. Nobody came out there and Facebook lived it. Nobody came out there or MySpace lived it. Whatever the fuck, VHS recorder. Nobody came out and did any of that. Because it wasn't about that. My brother said, hey, look, man, I understand that I was speeding and you writing my ticket, but you're not going to lecture me. Write my ticket and let me go. Or let me go. Plain and simple. And that's it. And that's what and I'm going to tell you like this. That's what her son should have been saying. Not her, not his mama. Her son should have been saying that. You on parole, you have my information, officer. Write my ticket or let me go. Well, I'm just asking if you know, I hear what you asking me, officer. Write my ticket or let me go. You got everything that I'm supposed to give you, that I'm bound to give you by law. I'm submitting to your authority, but I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation with you. Write my ticket or let me go. That's what your son should be saying. As opposed to his mama coming in, yelling and screaming and lying about everything that's going on because she wants the fame.
I heard you.
I heard you.
Will not be victim to you guys. I'm sorry. It will not happen ever on my watch. Ever.
Tell you what is going to happen on your watch. Your son going to get a nice fat ass ticket.
Go give him the ticket. And look, you got 5 minutes.
Yeah, Bolo. She never stops, dude. She never stops. The whole time. She ain't doing shit but yelling, lying, and talking about Facebook.
To go give him the ticket or else we're going inside. No, if you're not gonna identify him, give him the ticket, we're gonna go inside.
The son, CC Rose, the son is 19.
He's not leaving. This all This is all our property. He is not leaving. No, because he's at home. He's not leaving. You are the one that's going to leave. Look, you're blocking traffic. You parked right in the middle of the intersection.
And I tell you one thing, I hate that about officers. Police officers, stop fucking up traffic. There is a safe distance that you should park from a vehicle, and then there's a safe amount of distance that you should be parked to where you're protecting yourself, especially in high traffic areas like on the highway, to where your vehicle is a certain distance and all that shit. But stop just pulling your fucking vehicle up to where you fucking up traffic for everybody else, to where can't nobody get around your fucking car or can barely get around your car. Take the fucking time to pull over another 3 fucking feet or whatever the fuck you need to do to where you're not just fucking totally blocking a goddamn street. I have seen police officers at accident sites. Accident sites that are fucking damn near but all cleaned up. Still got their vehicles blocking the entire street, and you see them running their mouth with their fellow officers. Move your goddamn vehicles. Because other people got other shit to do just like you do. You want to sit and chat it up with motherfucking your fellow brothers and sisters of blue? Fine. Pull your fucking car off to the side of the road so people can get the fuck by and get to where the fuck they need to go. That's some of the most inconsiderate shit that I see police officers do. Pulling over and just leaving your car out in the fucking street because you the police. It's stupid. Then when somebody hit your shit or rub up against or scrape your shit, now your ass is mad.
So you want to be a smart ass?
Well, why wouldn't I be if you're being a bigger smart ass?
Tanea, it's hard to calm down when I got a black son with a cop right here with her hand on her gun. We're in Elk Grove, California, in front of our own house. This our house.
See?
She says she not leaving. He is detained. She thinks he on probation or parole because he's another black man. Why don't you Google who he is?
You see how irrational she's speaking? Why don't you Google who he is? Who the fuck is he? I don't give a fuck if he young motherfucking young fucking Dolph or some shit like that. I don't give a fuck. He's getting a ticket. How many police officers Google the motherfucker they got pulled over? It's just some asinine shit. How about you Google him? How about you shut the fuck up? Can you Google that?
Right.
Talking back and forth with the motherfuckers on live. But you scared for your son. We're not going inside.
So are you going to give him the ticket? How long we been?
She's still asking for the same thing. 6 minutes in. Saying the same shit and ain't getting nowhere with it. But what does she do? She keeps going
Out here now,
going
10 minutes.
Going
because Jessica, she said he ran a stop sign, but she kept on questioning if he's on probation or parole.
Which she's well within her right to
do.
do.
She refuses to run his information to give him the ticket. So now she's just standing here. She done call for backup.
And that's my thing. And this is where the officer was just being a bitch. Why not just run the kid? Run the kid, get it over with. It's a fucking stop sign. It's a traffic violation for running a stop sign. How the fuck do you have this much time as a police officer to go through this type of shit with somebody over a fucking traffic violation? Stupid. Beyond stupid.
You see, this is what I tell you about white people. Don't trust them. Probably calling, she probably scared. Don't leave. She'll be all right. She'll come out the door in a minute.
See this shit? And she's just standing there the whole time. Ain't said shit. And the biggest thing, another thing too, I think somebody posted it in the chat earlier. But what do you think is going to happen the next time he get pulled over and his mama ain't there? What you think he going to do? pull
I
out
ain't
his
never seen
phone?
nothing like this, and I feel so stupid because
Facebook
I'm
Live?
always the one. She ain't gonna take her eyeglasses off. She's scared to take her hand off her gun. No, he looked like he on probation or parole because he a fucking black man. And my husband is recording it.
And look at that
We
motherfucker.
all out here. Not
Ain't
on
saying
our
shit.
watch. Sorry, y'all. My baby in the house and she's scared.
Exactly. Why your baby in the house?
Brookie, stop calling me.
Kid is watching this shit, terrified to the point to obviously where she calling because her mama outside screaming and yelling.
They think
Terrified
they gonna
to
kill
where
my
she
baby.
calling because she's thinking something's wrong.
Not gonna happen. Oh, right. Over alleged ran a stop sign right there and she pulled him over and he was pulling in the driveway. No, because you're not racist. That's why, Rochelle. That's why.
You hear this shit?
You don't think that they all
She's
think like
talking
that.
back and forth with
'Cause you're
motherfuckers
not
on
racist.
live.
So
But
it's a
she's
difference.
scared for her son
But just to
becoming the
update
next
you guys,
hashtag.
This officer is holding us up. We in front of our house right here, in front of our house, pulled over my black son, yelling, "Are you on probation or parole?" He ran a stop sign, but yet she is refusing to give him a ticket, but he is detained, and she's just standing there.
And you steady yelling and screaming.
And that's what's going on right now. Now she done called for backup. That's what's going on right now. She don't know who she messing
Fucking
with.
ridiculous.
And then have the nerve to have on a Blue Lives Matter. Have the nerve to have on a Blue Lives Matter mask. Y'all, please watch this, because she is refusing to give my son a ticket and has her hand on her gun.
You see this shit? Lying her ass off. Lying her ass off.
My son would not be another one of y'all hashtags.
And she keeps saying this shit.
Y'all, I've been in the bed all day with icy hot, Flexeril, Motrin. My back went out on me, and now I'm dealing with this.
I wonder why.
She said,
and for a motherfucker to be that hurt, she's showing the fuck can run her mouth, can't she?
It's our neighbor on the corner.
She surely can run her mouth.
She said he ran the stop sign, but she won't give him the ticket because she thinks he's on probation or parole, but she won't run his license. Give him the ticket. We'll fight this in court. It's not even an issue about the stop sign. We will literally fight this in court. She says that I'm escalating it. She's escalating it.
Jesus
That's exactly
Christ.
what I said. Thank you, Rochelle, for the share.
Just won't let it alone.
See how she's trying to cover him up?
Y'all see them tattoos? She just trigger happy. Look. She just tricked.
And what does that have to do with her having tattoos and having them covered? What does that have to do with, is she some type of bad person now because of that? Shit makes no sense.
Trigger happy.
Excuse me.
She real trigger happy.
Shit's ridiculous. Let me see if I can fast forward a little bit.
That's the stop sign. But she feels like her life, y'all.
Saying the same shit.
With her Blue Lives Matter mask on.
My question is, why does she keep on blinking?
Because she's
eyes are dilated too. Because
she's waiting. She's waiting for you to make the wrong move. He just standing here, and I'm standing in front of him. His hands are by his side. Son a ticket, and we've been all his documents. Why? No, I'm talking all his documents.
There
all
we go.
his.
here he come right now.
Where?
Alrighty. So now,
Second car going.
fellow police officer,
I can't hear
Rose
you.
up.
Tanea. Hello. Hi, I'm reporting a cop harassing us. We're at our residence, and she is holding us hostage right now, and we are in fear for our lives right now.
You know what? Amanda K said, I said it before, but why would the officer turn her back on three adults with the way that woman is speaking? Isn't the best thing to do is to just wait for backup? No, because the thing is this. Number one, she don't have to turn her back. She can just back away by keeping her eyes forward and on them. The reason why is because, number one, if they are going to do something to her, she wants to create distance. Number two, this whole fucking interaction could be over with if she would just write the ticket. Number three, and if she does insist on being a bitch and waiting on backup, what she should have done was put her in check. Ma'am, look, here's what I'm doing. Here's how I'm going to do it. And you can't stop me or make me do something different. So you can keep yelling if you want to, but I'm going to write your son a ticket and then I'm going to give it to him. He signs for it, then we're done. You keep running your mouth and I'm going to take even longer to do it. Plain and simple. I can talk and say whatever I want to say. Our son ain't going to be no hashtag. That's my black son will not be a hashtag. Share this, everybody. Share this. This y'all, see, I don't know who read her. You making it longer. You drawing it out. Because the officer done told you what she was going to do and how she was going to do it. But no, you got to keep on running your shit.
My black son a ticket.
Listen, all she's been saying is my black son, hashtag, right? I mean, not going to be a hashtag and write the ticket. That's all she keeps saying.
For about 10, look, they almost got into an accident. We've been sitting here for 10, 20 minutes.
Okay, so is this a speeding violation or did they get pulled over?
They got pulled up. My son got pulled over.
She then finally, after about 15 minutes, finally called 911 for dispatch to have a supervisor come out. 15 minutes gone by.
In front of our house, and we've been asking for the ticket, and she has refused to give us the ticket.
What's your address, please?
Here, tell her the address off the camera.
Off the camera.
We're trying to understand if he got pulled over for a stop sign, running a stop sign, she has all his documents. Why? No, yes. I'm talking because you didn't want to talk to us. Why hasn't she wrote the ticket so we can move on? She has car registration, insurance, and driver's license. You don't have permission for the car.
And this is just another person here. This is not a supervisor.
My son was driving. No, he's going to stay right here. Yes, he was driving, but the problem is she pulled him over. I told him immediately. I heard her on the loudspeaker, so we came out the garage. I told him immediately, take out your driver's license, get your registration and insurance. He has never had a police interaction before. Doesn't know, just hang up with them because they're not going to help. She was already being sarcastic.
She's being sarcastic. So fuck the fact that you being just this uber bitch. She's being sarcastic. Now you just want to hang up. Please.
Oh, I told him to get it out. Hand it to her. She comes out with her hand on her gun. I said, come stand by me. My son would not be another hashtag.
There you go.
I said, okay. She said he was ran a stop sign. I said, give him the ticket. She just stood there. And then her hand was on her gun. Just constantly on her gun. Her finger was itching like this.
Do you see that?
Like, give him the ticket.
First of all, bitch, that's not a finger. That's called a thumb. But you're saying it's itching. What does that mean? Who done shot a motherfucker using their thumb to pull the trigger? Who done did that? Why is she trying to make it seem like this officer wants to shoot her son? That's what I mean about how niggas love to fucking just lie and make up shit. No matter what the situation is. If there's a reason and an opportunity for me to lie, I'm going to do it. I'm going to just say it just to make it worse.
And we'll take care of it in court. Not a big deal, right? We've been standing out here for at least 10, 20 minutes. I said, we've been living in Elk Grove forever. We have never had this type of police interaction before. She called for backup. My first name is irrelevant.
There you go. See? Now she's talking about the other lady at Central Dispatch was being that she's not being held. She's being sarcastic. This officer asked you for your fucking first name so that he can know how to address you. That's irrelevant. Bitch, you trying to go viral. Your name gonna come out either fucking way. And especially if you're gonna file a fucking complaint, your name is gonna be on the complaint.
You can call me Miss.
You can call me Miss.
You understand this is not like an ordinary interaction, right? So
How is it not ordinary? She pulled him over, write the ticket. She was asking if he was on probation or parole. He said no. She said, "Are you sure? I need to know if you're on probation or parole." He said no. She said, "Well, if you're on probation or parole, you have to talk to me." He said no again. So what's not ordinary about that? That a black man is not on probation or parole?
Right. See? He's trying to calm her down.
Hold on. I'm not screaming. I'm talking.
No, bitch, you are screaming. You are so fucking amped up that you getting a chance to go live in hopes that you go viral. You are screaming. You are being loud as fuck. You're the loudest person in this video and probably the loudest bitch on the block right now. You're louder than the vehicles.
You're worked up, right?
What? Hold on. You're not gonna patronize me, Officer Robinson, badge number 195.
See?
She didn't do that. Okay. So he did that, but she didn't do that. No, I'm not yelling.
You are.
But this is our house, so she can't make us leave our house. No, you're right. Nobody's asking you to leave. But when people start
now he got something to say. Don't quote me, boy, because he ain't said shit. Now I got some shit to say.
He's 19 years old in a senior at Sac State in a double major and a master's student right now at 19 years old.
How in the fuck can you be a senior at 19 at Mac State or whatever the fuck this college is and be in the master's program and you don't have bachelor's the first? Now, could you be a senior taking some early classes or something? I mean, not early classes, but taking some early development classes to where you getting prepped for other shit that's coming for? Yes, you could. Could you be a very smart young man and be a senior in high school that went to college and you ain't officially a freshman yet, but you're taking college prep class? Yes, you could. Could you be even more of a smarter person or a smarter young man to where you are good enough to where you can actually take college credit courses and move through this program so you can get your bachelor's and then go straight into getting your master's? Yes, you could, but that's not you at this present moment. You just a college student who home for the weekend trying to get some food in mama and them house.
That's what he is. He is my black son. Look, y'all,
my black son.
And look, another one. No, she said immediately that she feared for her life. We've been asking her. We've been recording the whole time. Go write the traffic ticket. We will handle this in court. We will take care of this. She didn't even run his name, accusing him of being on probation or parole.
When did he step out of the car?
He stepped out of the car when she was back there.
Okay, so that's where the safety issue has.
She's the only one with the gun, ma'am.
Look, trying to talk to him.
But it's only elevated because she refused to give him the ticket, y'all. Now she's in there writing the ticket.
And here's why I said what I said about her just doing this shit just to go viral. Because now she is writing the ticket. Now she's not standing there with you with her hand on her gun. Now you are in a clear position to get your ticket and leave. And what are you doing? You're still yelling and screaming. You're still talking cash shit. And you're still quoting the same old thing. My black son, just write the ticket, and my black son will not be a hashtag.
All our neighbors were out here videotaping her because they all seen her hand on her gun. I'm in my pajamas, he in his pajamas. We are no threat to her. She's the only one with weapons. Then she should have stayed in her car. She's the only one with the gun. All we asked for was the ticket.
Okay, and she's getting the ticket now, so why are you still going back and forth?
And we said said, we on our property line right here. And literally, if you guys were to fall on this sidewalk, you guys could sue us. But it's unusual for somebody to keep their hand on their gun for a stop. All we're asking for is the ticket. That's all we want.
Do you see him?
But
and you see, and my thing is this. Here's how you know, because let's just say you a loud person. Here's how you know you're being too loud. When you have not one, but two police officers calmly speaking to you, and they're both telling you you're being worked up. You're loud. You are being loud. You're screaming. I understand that you're upset, but you are doing too much. You're doing too damn much.
We don't know anything about you. She got tattoos covered up.
Listen.
And she pulled over my black.
What the fuck do the tattoos pulled up mean? Obviously, she got tattoos that may be something that she don't want nobody else to see. Regardless, it's her fucking body, and obviously it's okay with their fucking dress code. Why do you care?
Son, the only thing we know will become hashtags. Not this one.
Not this one.
Too much. All we want is the ticket. She thinks he's on probation or parole. That's what she kept on saying. Just because he's black, he is not on probation or parole.
Jesus Christ.
All you want to do is scream at me. I'm trying to explain to you.
It's nothing to explain. All we want is the ticket.
Okay.
So
if it's nothing, right? And that's what exactly, officer. That's what's up, Sarge. That's exactly what it all comes down to. You can't even talk to this bitch because all she wants to do is go live and fucking yell and try to go viral. That's it. She don't give a fuck about getting out of this situation. All she wants to do is be fucking an asshole. She wants to be loud and she wants to be obnoxious because she thinks that is getting them told. She think that that's the way it's supposed to be. She thinking about when she retelling this story to her friends so she can sit back and be like, I told y'all see the live that I did. I ain't going for it. They ain't gonna do me or my son. I'm not having it. I told they ass what time it was. That's what she's thinking about right now as this shit is being filmed, is how she gonna tell her story about how she took on the motherfucking police when they came to mess with her son in front of their house. That's exactly what the fuck she's doing. And I'm telling you like this, bet her neighbors can't stand her. I guarantee you, number one, that this ain't one of the favorite motherfuckers on the block. Because you know what? You don't see nobody coming outside, do you? You don't see nobody standing out there, do you? Nope. They watching this shit.
The officer told her to stand by and watch us.
Sarge just walked off like, fine, I'm not going.
It's crazy.
I'm not going to even deal with her. And I wouldn't have either. You ain't going to let me talk? You going to keep yelling? Go ahead.
I have never endured this with Elk Grove PD
Listen.
ever in my life.
Yeah.
I know she's in the wrong. Are you the supervisor? You the sergeant?
Now she asking.
You came here for her back.
Now she want to talk. And it's like, she don't want to have a conversation. She just literally wants to bitch, complain, and be an ass. And I understand that that's what she wants because she felt like that officer was being an ass, but it ain't getting you nowhere. That's my whole thing. You ain't getting nowhere with that. So the only reason why you would do it is for the attention. You want to make shit bigger than what the fuck it is so that you can talk to people about it, talk to your friends about it, talk to your cousins and everybody else about it. It's stupid. And the other problem with this is this ain't no isolated incident. Any and every time there's a woman involved in a traffic stop or with an arrest or whatever the case may be, it's always black women yelling and amplifying shit and just making shit go further than what the fuck it has to go. They're extending the interaction. They're they're instigating the fucking entire fucking stop. They always do the shit. They get loud, they yell, they scream, and they fucking lie to no end. They won't stop. They won't just say, you know what, let me shut the fuck up and let this person do their job. They don't know shit about the law, and all they talk about is they fucking feelings. It's fucking stupid, and it's annoying. And don't nobody want to deal with that shit. So what it does too, it furthers along the fucking divide between the police and black folks. Between the police and between white folks and black folks. Because the shit is so unnecessary. They're like, well, why the fuck are you doing it? Why the fuck would you keep doing it? Because you want to be a fucking drama queen. That's why. Because you want to go viral. That's why. Because you want the attention of fucking social media. That's why you're doing it. And when you boil that shit down to that, it's sad. And it makes people not want to deal with you at all. It makes it to where you like, I can't stand these motherfuckers. Because all they do is a bunch of unnecessary shit. That's what it is. Learn the fucking law, and then you can check the police. Teach your son how to talk and deal and interact with the police, then you ain't got to worry about him becoming another fucking hashtag. That's what the fuck you need to do. As opposed to just talking about it, making a fucking scene, and being a fucking asshole for no apparent reason, and then be mad when another officer's being an asshole. Right back to you, giving you that same energy. And like I said, what that police officer should have nipped that shit in the bud and said, you need to stop impeding my investigation before I lock you up, or just flat out told her, ma'am, shut up. I'm talking to your son. He's 19. He's an adult. Back off. No, I'm not going back off. No. Ma'am, I am now officially conducting an investigation. And if you continue to impede on my investigation or hinder my investigation, you will go to jail. I'm going to... Can I get back up at such and such, such and such, such and such? I have a lady out here who will not stop interfering with my investigation. Please send back up. Now you telling that bitch what you about to do because she's steady yelling. And hopefully the bitch will shut up. But not this kind of bitch. She gonna keep going. Shit's crazy, man. And pretty much what just happens from here, because I saw the extended version, they just continue to go on and on until she gets the ticket. He has to sign for the ticket because he's the adult. He signs for the ticket, and that's it. Case fucking closed. It's over with. As opposed to her son being another hashtag. Matter of fact, let me take a quick look at this. Excuse me. Let's see, where is it? There we go. Why ain't this shit coming on? There we go. Nope, I already did that. Is it this one?
You are free to go.
My mom, so she can.
Yeah, I wanted to hear what the fuck he said right here.
So a little late in the
vehicle, she would continually ask Tobias 3 times whether he was on probation. This is when Tobias's mother Stacy stepped in.
I believe his name
and
is
asked
Tobias.
why her son Tobias was being stopped in the first place.
Don't even matter.
Officer Johnson would finally explain the reason she stopped Tobias was for running a stop sign.
So I was just coming to my mom's house a little late in the evening because I had to take care of my dog. And so I'm going through the neighborhood. I make a right at a stop sign right next to my mom's house. And then I'm pulling up to my mom's house and I see in the background police lights go off. And so I'm already parked and the police, I can't even hear the police officer. She's yelling something over the intercom. And so my mom tells me to get out, get my license and registration. And so I do so, and I'm already out of the car. And the police officer pulls up and says,
and I want to add in this part that the stop sign is actually a block and a half, and our blocks are pretty long away from us. So when he pulled over, when he already parked. We had no idea that it was him being pulled over and we were looking, it was other cars driving. We were like, oh, she stopped parked in front of our house in the middle of the street. So I said, I think it's you getting pulled over. Go get your driver's license. He was already out the car.
There is no distance that a police officer has to wait or allow or do a stop within. There's no distance. So if I run a stop sign, if I run a stoplight, I can drive a block before I hit the lights on you. If I put the lights on you and pull you over, I can. And a lot of times what police officers are doing, once they see that infraction, they're running the plates. And they're running the plates because if this vehicle is stolen, I want to know that before I get up there. If this vehicle or the person who owns this vehicle has had previous interactions with the police, I want to know that before I approach this vehicle. If this person is a possible felony stop to where they're known to fight the police and argue with the police, I want to know that before I pull this person over and approach that vehicle. So that's why there's some time from some infractions when that happens, when you're pulling somebody over. That's why. Jesus Christ.
Go get your driver's license, registration, and insurance. So you step back in the car to go get it. And
hell yeah, we need 100 likes. Let's hit them likes and let's hit them subs. We need to get this shit up now. Let's do this. Come on now. Come over here and click the like, and then go over to the United Guns of America and click the like over there, please. Thank you.
Me and his father, me and my husband were already outside the car. I mean, outside the house. We were in the driveway. We were expecting him to come.
Yeah, and so I get out. My mom tells me to come and stand on the property line, so that we're inside our, like, say, territory.
And the police officer was yelling before she got off the car, "Don't park on that side of the street. Get back in the car and park on the right hand of the street." And I said, absolutely not. Do not get back in that car. We don't know how that will go. Don't move the car. Just stand here. When she comes over, hand her your paperwork.
And then so she gets out, starts yelling like my mom just said, and I'm just there. And I already have my license and registration in my hand. I give it to the officer. She didn't ask for it. I just gave it to her. And then she started asking if I was on probation. Me and my mom said no almost at the same time. And then the cop started saying, "Oh, I'm not." She directed this towards my mom, and she said, "No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him." And I'm like, yes. This is my mom, so she can speak for me also, because I'm just 19, and so I allow my mom to handle some situation.
How about this? If you not if you're not articulate enough to have an interaction with the police and to speak with the police, you shouldn't be driving a vehicle. There is no way, and I'm talking, when my daughter turns 16 and she starts driving, she's going to know how to interact with the police. She's going to know how to listen to the police. She's going to know how to talk to the police. Plain and simple. Or she ain't going to be driving. Plain and simple. If you can't deal with the police, you can't have the responsibility of being able to talk with the police officers or do what the police officers are asking you to do, and you need your mama there, then your big grown ass don't need to be driving. You need to have your mama driving you around in a fucking minivan like she's a soccer mom, chauffeuring your big 19-year-old ass around. You can go to college. You can be in the master's program. You could be in the accelerated program. You could be doing all this shit as a senior, but you can't have a fucking conversation with the police. I find that to be quite troubling. And you know what else I find it to be? A bunch of bullshit. And that's why I'm not going to think you as smart as your mama trying to say you is, and we should Google you if you can't have a conversation with a police officer when your ass ran a stop sign.
Situations, especially with police altercations, and then we both say no, and the police say, "I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to your son." And like, she keeps on asking, and we said we're not gonna answer any more questions. She keeps on asking, "Are you on probation?" She asked around 3 or 4 times, and this prompted my mom.
Amanda, I don't actually have the footage of the initial stop where the officer like got out the car and walked up to him. I don't have any of that. So unfortunately, I can't play it.
Mom to start recording because the police officer is getting really aggressive. She's basically in our face right now, and she's like holstering her gun, like she has her hand on her gun.
Answering any of your questions.
She's holstering her gun. Sir, her gun is already in the holster, and she hasn't unholstered it. So she hasn't drawn her gun. Her gun is in the holster, so she's not holstering or unholstering it. Sorry. Try again with another lie. And I know where you got it from. You get it from your mama.
Give him your ticket. This officer is right here harassing my son. She already have his driver's license and requesting the ticket. You can run his name and go give him his ticket. We will handle this in court. As you probably see on the video multiple times, I'm requesting for the ticket. She has on what was most scary about the situation is that she came out with a Blue Lives Matter mask on.
Now so wait a minute. I can wear a Black Lives Matter mask. I can wear a fucking mask any other time. I can wear any other kind of mask, but because I have a Blue Lives Matter mask, then now that's scary. You see how niggas lie? That's fucking scary now. So everybody and their mama gotta wear masks, but a Blue Lives Matter mask, that's scary. Lying fucking bitch. And did that bitch sound scared when she was running her mouth saying, my son will not be another hashtag. Write the ticket. Write the ticket. She didn't seem scared then, did she?
It's a little bit fearful for us, for somebody to walk around with the Blue Lives Matter that's supposed to, that's on a public service.
See how she's fucking lying? Do you notice how her eyes are looking around? They're like searching for other ways to perpetuate the fucking lie. That lets you know she's lying her motherfucking ass off.
All lives are supposed to matter because you don't just serve.
Oh, so all lives are supposed to matter unless you wear Black Lives Matter or unless you wear Blue Lives Matter. And not that that's a, something to have a conversation about. No, it's just flat out scary. It's fearful. The fuck out my face on the internet. That's my goodness.
And protect blue lives. It's no such thing as blue lives. You take off.
She said it's no such thing as blue lives. Do you hear this bitch? Niggas are stupid than a motherfucker.
The uniform when you go home, but it's a definitely rebuttal to Black Lives Matter.
Now it's a rebuttal to Black Lives Matter. Wait a minute. So you can wear Black Lives Matter, but you can only do Black Lives Matter. That's in fucking America, in the United States of America, the only thing that matters is Black Lives Matter. You can't Blue Lives Matter. You can't Red Lives Matter. You can't Black Guns Matter. You can't do shit but Black Lives Matter. Anything other than that is a direct threat and is a direct, as her dumbass said, rebuttal to fucking Black Lives Matter. Are you fucking kidding me?
So that was number one. Number two, it was like she had on a costume. She
had on a fucking costume. Bitch, she's in uniform. Do you hear how niggas lie about just anything and they make up shit? That's why she's looking the way she's looking with her eyes. She's literally fabricating a fucking lie as we speak, live and direct.
Ask herself, you can't see her eyes, but we can see her eyes. And she was zoned in on my son and her eyes were twitching.
How can you see a motherfucker eye twitching when they got on shades? Do you see this shit? They was twitching. That's what they was doing. Yeah, that's it. They was twitching. Yeah.
They kept twitching and we were like, and she was using.
What the fuck is an eye twitch? So she's doing this. They were twitching. Yeah.
Her finger and tapping her gun, and we were looking at this point. Now I'm in fearful for my son's life.
I'm in fearful.
So
let me tell you something else. When people are lying, they will fucking just annihilate the fucking English language because they're trying to make up a lie. And they're narrating, they're fabricating that lie in their mind. They will tend to fuck up words and make up words or misspeak with words because they're too busy concentrating on fabricating the lie, especially in the moment. Definite telltale sign.
My voice is getting escalated. My hands were shaking. My legs were shaking.
That's called an adrenaline dump because you are adrenaline rush because you are fucking yelling and screaming. The more you yell, the more you scream, the more elevated your heart rate is, the more your adrenaline pumps, and the more you will shake, the more you will twitch, the more you will get tunnel vision. That's what the fuck happens when you come out and you get too fucking worked up to the where you can't even hear when two police officers are telling you to calm down and that you're yelling and screaming and you say, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." Yes, the fuck you are. But when you want to lie, you're going to do this anyway.
At my shoulder in front of my son because I'm saying if she does anything to pull her weapon or anything, I'm going to take those bullets. My son will not be a hashtag.
Oh,
he will
my
not.
God.
I have worked too hard to get him where he.
My son will not be a hashtag. I'm going to take these bullets. Then if you so busy being fucking Superman, why don't you shut the fuck up and get in a position to take the bullets then? If it's that bad, don't you think the last thing, if you're that fearful, don't you think the last thing that you should be doing since you gonna take the bullets is to be on Facebook Live? Wouldn't you leave that to your husband? Or wouldn't you just leave that all together? Or wouldn't you at least hope that your husband would be able to just film this shit while you stand there in front of your son and protect him? Yelling and screaming, I don't know how you think that's protecting him, but if you were this fearful for your life and your son's life, wouldn't you just shut the fuck up and stand in front of your son? No, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna keep yelling and screaming, egging the shit on while going live on Facebook so I can go viral.
I will not lose my son by a trigger happy officer in the street.
She should be working on some tears
that's
soon.
Where I thought I honestly was gonna die. We're giving you a reasonable enough time to.
And why not put some fucking chapstick on when you're gonna be running your mouth with all this shit that's going on? And where the fuck are y'all masks at? Let's hear some more lies.
I'll give him the ticket because she thinks he's on probation or parole, but she won't run his license. Give him the ticket. We'll fight this in
That's
court.
Her. That's the trigger finger that she's saying. Cause she's sitting there literally just tapping her motherfucking thing, tapping her fucking belt. But that's the trigger finger. That's her putting her finger. That's her trigger finger from her eyes twitching. Her eyes is twitching right now. That she ain't mentioned at all, but her eyes is twitching and she tapping her hand on the gun. That's what she doing right now.
Even an issue about the stop sign, we will literally
ain't even fucking close to the fucking butt of the gun.
Fight this in court. She
Look,
says that I
look at where her hand is and look at where the gun is. Ain't even fucking close. But what do I say? Niggas love to lie. And you cannot see her fucking eyes. She has on blue mirror shades. You can't see if her eye is twitching. It's twitching. It's twitching. That's what it's doing. Lying ass motherfucker.
I'm escalating it. She's escalating it. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, Rochelle, for the share.
Thank you for the share.
Just to clarify.
Bitch, out of all of the shit she was so worried about and so scared about, she sure noticed that share, didn't she?
We were there for about 10 minutes before we even started videotaping. And at this point, my husband, we didn't have our phones on us. My husband ran in the house, grabbed the phones and started videotaping. We went live on Facebook because we're asking for the ticket. Just give us the ticket. And then she called for backup. We said the same. She was like,
somebody,
well, if he's on probation or parole, I can search his vehicle.
Just give her some Carmex. Just give her some Vaseline. Give her anything to help her with them dry ass lips. She got Dwight like a motherfucker. Dwight around her lips.
We're not giving you permission to search the vehicle. Please write us a ticket. I said the same radio that you use to call for backup is the same radio you can use to call to see if my son is on probation or parole. I feel like it was as simple as that. She didn't want to communicate with us. She stood there blankly, saying sarcastic comment. What was scary about it is that she didn't give us eye contact. She was just steady zoomed in on my son, like she was ready for him to make any false move. Any move would have triggered her. And that was the scariest part of it all. The emotion that was running through me shaking. And I'm just like, I have to protect my son. I have to. I just wanted her to give us the ticket so she could leave. We weren't even going to dispute the ticket because we never want to see her again.
While we're waiting for backup, I can see that she's deadlocked on me. And I can, because we, like my mom said, we can see through her eyeglasses. So I'm there in fear because I know where my mom's head is. I know if I make any sort of move, this police officer is going to pull out, like most likely it's going to pull out that gun. Like I was sweating and I wanted to reach for my bowel to wipe off the sweat. And I just wouldn't move because I was like, she's probably going to take that as a threat and probably will try to do something. And so I'm not only in fear for my life, I'm worried about my mom because I know like the way she was positioned, how she sounds. I knew she was gonna try to jump in front of me. And I honestly don't want that. And so we're waiting there, and I'm trying to while we're videotaping on Facebook Live, I'm trying to identify some key factors in her appearance. And one thing that I found very noticeable was that she had tattoos on that she was trying to cover up, but from all her fidgeting and stuff, she had a little like bandage arm sleeve over on one of the tattoos, and she had an Apple Watch over the other one on like on the upside of the wrist, like right here. And I was like, Mom, make sure you get that, because I also heard about some potential police gangs called the Executioners and other things that they make tattoos, and they use those to basically identify themselves. So I was like,
do you hear this shit? From a fucking stop sign traffic stop, they done went from that to this police officer being in a fucking gang called the Police Executioners. What do you do with this? Do you hear the fucking lies that they're just fucking making up? I also heard that they got this thing where these police officers, they get together and they kidnap babies and they eat them too. They call the police the law enforcement baby munchers. And what they do is they ride around and they look for lost kids. And once they do that, they find the lost kids and they take them and act like they're going to take them to children's services. But what they really do is take them to secret places and put them in ovens and cook them and fry them up and eat them. That's what they do. They the police baby munchers. That's what I heard of. What kind of shit is that? And it's like, it's so fucked up because he's taking on her fucking lead instead of the lead of the father. At least he would be a lot better off if he just learned to shut the fuck up. But no, he gonna follow after his loudmouth ass mama.
Like, make sure you zoom in on those, make sure you get those. And that further escalated the matter too, because I'm like, okay, if I do anything, she's for sure, because that's what I'm thinking in my mind, she's for sure gonna do something.
Get her tattoos on her ass.
So she won't try to tell I accountable. You guys actually were, because the cop has her hand on her gun. She is refusing to give my black son a ticket, and we've been standing here for about 10. Look, they almost got into an accident. When backup arrives, she goes over, she finally leaves our presence. She goes over and talks to the officers. The officers actually were pretty courteous to us.
But you weren't though, were you, bitch? Nope.
I believe it was caught on camera that I asked one of the officers, what would you do if you feel like somebody's on probation and parole and you have their driver's license? He said, I would run it. I said, what, can you ask her why she didn't do that? He said, oh, no, I'm not in that. You know, she's the one that stopped you. I said, see, that's exactly my point. You guys see these officers, your fellow officers, your fellow brothers in blue doing wrong things in the streets, and nobody's holding them accountable. You guys are out now, they're protecting her, because now all the officers, once they figured out what was going on, the other officers, except for the lady that she asked to stand next to us and watch us, She's a short Hispanic lady. She was very courteous to us, very respectful to us. All the officers kind of backed off. They didn't want to be
Shout out to my
involved
man
in
Bolo
this.
with the
We
donation. Hit
had
your boy up on the Cash App.
neighbors
Thanks,
out
Bolo. He
on
doing
the
$5.
streets, on the
That's what's
corners
up.
with tripods, videotaping this. They came over to us to share the video.
Shout out to Corey Medic. Hit your boy off with $5. He says, love the show. Watching from the fire station. Shout out to All Red Lives Matter too. Shit.
To the sergeant, everything de-escalated because she left, went in her car, and went and wrote the ticket.
And here's the thing. If you would have just shut the fuck up, it would have been de-escalated too. She has no clue as to what she was fucking doing was making the situation worse. If I'm sitting here working on your car or I'm changing a flat tire and you don't like the way I'm changing a flat tire, you standing behind me or standing next to me yelling and screaming and going on Facebook Live is not going to make me change that flat tire or fix your car any faster. It's just not. And the fact that you feel as though that was the thing to do is a huge fucking problem. Because nobody's life was in danger. Nobody got hurt. All you did was be fucking obnoxious and in the way and interfered with a simple traffic stop. And then the police officer, being a stupid bitch that she was being, she prolonged the entire interaction for no fucking reason because she wanted to show and prove that she could be just as much as a bitch as the bitch she was interacting with. Which was fucking stupid as fuck on her part. If I was her fucking supervisor and I was her sergeant, I would write her motherfucking ass up. Why? Because what you did was prolonged a bunch of bullshit that could have went left.
And came back. Everything de-escalated. Now, imagine if she would have went in her car and wrote the ticket and she didn't have to call back up. She didn't have to call that. She could have did that. We took the ticket. We signed for the ticket. Well, my son signed for the ticket and the sergeant told her to leave. We've been sitting here for 10, 20 minutes.
Okay, so is this a speeding violation or they get pulled over?
They got pulled up. My son got pulled over in front of his, in front of our house, and we've been asking for the ticket, and she has refused to give us the ticket.
Looking forward to the show. Salute. Thank you, sir.
What's your address, please?
And
Here, tell her the address off the camera. We're trying to understand if he got pulled over for a stop sign, running a stop sign. She has all his documents. Why? No, I'm talking because you didn't want to talk to us. Why hasn't she? How is it not ordinary? She pulled. I know she's in the wrong. Are you the supervisor? You the sergeant?
all right, that's enough of that. One other thing I wanted to show you, somebody put in the chat that they had the whole interaction up here, so I went and pulled it up so we can take a look at that real quick. And let's do that now.
George, you got a plate?
Go ahead.
Do not pull over on the wrong side of the road.
Is she yelling?
George 32 plates clear.
Is she yelling?
Pull to your right.
Is she yelling?
Lord.
Is she yelling, y'all?
Pull your vehicle to the right side of the road.
Is she yelling? We came out because we heard her yelling. See how she lying? Niggas love to lie. No yelling whatsoever. Let's watch that one more time. Watch that shit one more time. Tell me if you see any yelling. I ain't run to the bathroom.
George, you got a plate?
Go ahead.
Do not pull over on the wrong side of the road.
George 32 plates clear.
Pull to your right. Lord. Pull your vehicle to the right side of the road. George 32, can I get a second?
George 32, officer.
Hey, do not get out of the car. What? Don't get out of the car.
Don't
Yes,
get out of
please
the
do.
car.
Yeah, we are.
It's an officer safety
in
thing.
our driveway.
It's an officer safety thing, okay? So driver's
Exactly.
license and insurance. Go ahead and close the door for me, please.
See that? See that? Classic explanation.
It's my son's safety. You got.
It's my son's safety. You got. She explained to you why she didn't want you to get out the car. She explained to you clear as day why she didn't want you to get out of the car, because it's an officer safety thing. I don't want you to get out because I don't want you running. I don't want you to have shit in your hand that I can't see. And I just don't understand why the fuck you are lying, trying to say it's something else when you can clearly see what it is. Niggas love to lie, man. God damn.
Got enough safety gear.
Okay.
You the one with the guns and stuff.
You the one with the guns and stuff. Bitch, how do I know your son ain't got a gun? How do I know that your son ain't got a knife? Just like Jacob Blake did. How the fuck do I not know? How the fuck do I know what's in your car? Am I supposed to assume that everybody's a fucking upstanding good guy? No fucking way. I'd wind up dead if I did. How about this, bitch? How about you just follow my instruction and then we won't have to worry about it either way? How about you fucking drive and follow the rules of the road, then you ain't got to worry about it either way? How about you just do what the fuck you supposed to do and listen to me tell you what to do so you won't have any of these fucking issues or problems? But you can't do that, can you, bitch? No, because I got to run not just my life, but I got to run my motherfucking 19-year-old grown-ass son's life, even when he talking to a police officer. I bet you if her son ever gets some pussy, that she going to be in the bedroom with him. Nah, you the one with the pussy, so I need to make sure that he getting fucked right. So I'ma stand here and tell him what to do. Don't you say nothing, Tobias. You stand here and then you take your pants off and wait for her to take her clothes off. Based by her logic, that's what the fuck she gonna do. I done worked too hard to have him come too far. He got his master's, he got his bachelor's, and he got his PhD all in 3 years as a senior at the college. Stupid bitch. Sit the fuck down and just fucking relax.
Well, I have no idea if you have guns and stuff too.
Exactly.
So the reason I pulled you over, sir, is because you ran the stop sign back there, okay?
Sure.
All right.
And look at her. She ain't seen shit. Because what did she say? The stop sign is a block and a half away. She said she didn't come out until she heard the police officer yelling, which actually turned out to be the police officers talking over the fucking megaphone that's on the goddamn car. So she didn't see if he did run it or not. But what's her first implication? What's her first reaction to it? Bitch, you lying. You just put him over because he black. Nobody give a fuck about that shit.
I did record.
And you didn't hear that motherfucker say, I didn't run no stop sign. Whatever, nigga. You ran the goddamn stop sign.
They like to kill people, but not my son.
They like to kill people, but not my son. Do you hear that shit? Out of the millions of fucking police officers that are out here on the force, she's saying that they like to kill people, but not my son. So fuck all the other interactions that go okay. Fuck that shit. That don't mean that they all like to do it. They all like to kill people, but they ain't gonna kill my son. My son will not become a hashtag.
Ma'am, can you step up front, please?
No, this is my property.
See that?
You're actually on the sidewalk, so that's perfectly fine. Sir, can you come on back here,
No, he cannot. No, he cannot. Give him his ticket. Give him the ticket.
You see that shit?
You're on probation or parole or anything
No,
like that,
he's
sir?
not.
I'm talking to him. Are you on
No,
probation
I'm
or parole or
answering
anything
for
like that?
him. No, he's not. Give him his ticket.
I can speak to him, ma'am.
No,
Are you on probation or
tell
parole?
her you refuse to talk to her. Give her your ticket.
I refuse to talk to you.
Okay, I need to know if you're on probation or
No,
parole.
you
That's
don't.
the only question.
You have the driver's
If
license.
he's on
Go do your
probation.
job.
And here's what, and I'm telling you right now, once I had a minute or two of dealing with this ignorant bitch, I wouldn't have said shit else. I would have went and I would have ran this motherfucker's name, and actually, let me say this. I just remembered this. She didn't even have to go and run her name. Like Amanda mentioned before, like, why would I turn my back on her? She didn't even have to go and do that. What she has the capabilities of doing, because she has on her radio, she can actually call in that person's driver's license, social security number, address, and all of that. And dispatch can run this motherfucker and repeat back to her if she has an earpiece, which is why officers should always wear earpieces. Dispatch can run back to her what this motherfucker got, if he clean, if everything is nil, if he got a motherfucking a warrant, if he got anything, they can run it back to her in her ear. She can go dispatch. Dispatch will be like, dispatch, go for dispatch. She can be like, I need you to run a name for me. Name, give him the name, driver's license number, give him the drive. All that shit that she got right there in her hand, she could have had them run it right there, and it could have all came back in her ear. She could have done that. That's another option for her. That is definitely another option for her. She could have ran that and not had to fucking budge. Could have stood right there. And just as long as that bitch being loud, nigga, she'd be like, ma'am, I'm trying to listen. Can you please quiet down? She could have did that.
He needs to answer me if he's on probation or parole.
He's not, so he don't have to answer you.
I have the ability to identify.
What? Oh, and the bitch standing there with a black and mild to top it all off. The shit she got on and to top it off got a black and mild. It don't get no more ugly than that. God damn. Do you see that shit? So fucking embarrassing.
Identify him.
You have his driver's license.
You have his identification.
Scotty,
And look-
go get my phone.
Look. Now I'm
You
about to
have
go
his
live.
ID, go run it. You got your phone on you?
Go get my phone.
You're welcome to request it.
I'm gonna get my
No, we're gonna record. Hurry up.
You gonna get the phone. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the phone.
You have his ID. Go run it. He don't have to answer any questions. Give him his ticket.
And here's my thing. She's right. But what's with all of the yelling shit for? It's no point. And it's like, here's the thing. Bitch, now you think you just gonna come and run this fucking traffic stop? That's a problem.
I'm out with 3. Stable.
And here's the thing too. Getting out of the car, it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. It didn't matter. It's like it was a simple traffic stop.
Not today, not my son.
Not today. Look at her.
Go inside, Scotty.
Such an elegant woman. Such a lady. Such class and grace. Oh yeah, mama wears the pants in that house. She run that whole motherfucking house.
Give him your ticket. This officer is right here harassing my son. She already has his driver's license.
She's harassing my son when he was the motherfucker that ran the stop sign. All right.
Registration and car
Niggas
insurance
love
in
to
her
lie,
hand.
man.
She's asking if he's on parole or probation, and he has to answer her. He said, no, he's not on parole or probation. I said, go give him the ticket, and she will not. She's just standing there. What are you waiting for, ma'am?
I'm waiting for my partner, ma'am.
For what? For a traffic violation?
Traffic stops are one of the most dangerous things.
Okay, but you're making this dangerous. You're escalating it. Go give my son his ticket.
I will.
And we will take care of this in court. You will not be the judge and executioner on this property right here.
Look at that shit.
You will not. Go give my son his ticket. You have his ID. You can easily run his ID and see if he's on probation or parole.
And another thing for this officer's fuck up part in this, you see you not dealing with an educated motherfucker. You see you're dealing with a dumbass. Why not just get this transaction over with? Why not just get it over with? Why prolong this shit? You know why? Because you want to be a bigger bitch than she is. That's why. And that's why if I was your supervisor, I'd have definitely wrote your ass up for this shit. I would have wrote her ass up like a motherfucker. And I would have told her this the kind of shit that when officers do this shit, shit goes left and people get fucking hurt. People get killed when you do dumb, unnecessary shit like this. Well, Sarge, I wasn't trying to do. No, you were being a bitch. You could have ran that kid and you could have just wrote him a ticket and moved the fuck on. But you didn't. You called for me. You prolonged the call. I had to show up. Jones had to show up. Williams had to show up. Macy had to show up. Everybody else had to show up to this one fucking call for a fucking stop sign traffic stop, which should have been a fucking 15-minute interaction, including the ticket, and you turn this shit into 45 goddamn minutes and a fucking viral fucking video. You should have been over and done with this shit. Plain and simple. It wasn't worth all of the trouble and all of the resources that were used to get to the end result, which was just a basic fucking traffic violation ticket in the first place. Now, if this motherfucker had turned out to be a kingpin and you had 12 keys of coke or some shit like that in the trunk, fine. But it wasn't. And it didn't. It should have just been a basic traffic stop. You ran the traffic stop, ran the the stop sign. I'm gonna write you a ticket, and that's it, man. Mama, you ain't gonna be. Mom, I need you to stop. Going to write the ticket, it's over with. Jeez.
Bro, not this child.
You're correct.
Sitting there holding a black and
your
line.
job. Why are you standing there? Why are you holding on to your gun?
Nah, I ain't gonna mow line.
Why?
My hand is not on my gun.
Your hand is on your gun.
Your hand is on your gun. Go run his ID.
Do you understand how violent you're being right now?
I'm being violent?
Mm-hmm. You're being verbally aggressive, yes.
No, I'm not being verbally aggressive.
That
you will
hand
not
pet nigga.
change this up. You
Hold
will
my
not
black and
create
mild
the
while I
narrative
talk
here
shit.
that we've been seeing on the news. If he ran a stop sign, that's what you're saying, we will happily take the ticket. But I will not allow my son to stand here in front of you with your hand on your gun. That will not happen.
Well, he can't. He's not free to leave, so he's going to stand right there.
He's not leaving. He's
not leaving. He's standing right
here. You just told me that you weren't going to let him.
Bitch, you just said you wasn't gonna let him stand there with. She got her hand on her gun. It's my fucking gun. I put my hand on it if I want to. Just like you got your hand on that black and mild, bitch. I can have my hand on my gun. Fuck is wrong with you? People think they can tell the police what to do like they really know what the fuck they talking about.
He's not leaving. No, he's standing on our property line. We own this house.
And that's exactly
he's standing
where I
on
want
our property line. You said he ran a stop sign, right?
That is correct.
Go give him the ticket.
I will in due time.
And then you can leave.
I will in due time.
In due time. You guys, she done called for backup and everything. Y'all share this video because my son will not be the next hashtag.
Oh my God. And there you have it. But you can clearly see that she's a fucking liar. And that was, I guess, the biggest thing about the whole entire video and the interaction. Yes, there was faults on the police officer side, most definitely. And the fact that she was a huge fucking instigator in this entire interaction, and she consistently fucking lied. Totally just discredits her point. Totally discredits what the fuck she's trying to say, what she's trying to say she felt. She's a fucking liar. She could have just fucking held that officer to task and said, bitch, you took too long. You prolonged this fucking interaction. You had us standing outside waiting. I'm fucking tired. I'm sick. My back hurt. My leg hurt. My feet hurt. My arm hurt. My shoulder hurt. And you out here fucking taking all day. I want to file a fucking complaint because you was doing this shit being fucking extra and it was totally unnecessary. Yes. 100%. because that officer was being a dick. But no, I'm going to keep this shit going and keep talking more cash shit and lying like a motherfucker until I can't lie no more and this shit is over with. That's what the fuck I'm going to do. Why? Because I'm an ignorant bitch. That's why. The moral to this story, I guess, is this. If you're tired of the police doing this, you're tired of the police doing that, you want to hold the police accountable, the only way you're going to do that is you need to know the fucking law. It's that simple. You can't hold no police officers to task. You can't hold no police officers accountable. You can't hold no police officers responsible unless you know the law. You want the police to stop doing this, you want the police to stop doing that, then learn to change the fucking law. All a police officer is, and all a police officer does, is enforce the law. When you break the law, they lock you up and take you before the court for the court to deem whatever punishment or fine that you may get. All this extra shit, it means nothing. You really want to change something? Use the power that you have. I was actually on a friend's, and I'm going to leave with this. I'm going to end it with this. I was on a friend's social media page, and his thing was saying, what's wrong with protesting and all this shit? And I said, here's what's wrong with protesting. Why protest when you have the ability to actually change laws? When you actually have the ability to change by using your voting power, why would you need to protest? That was my whole response to the shit. Like, why would you need to do this? Why would you need to have all this extra shit happening, all this extra shit popping off when you can just say, hey, actually, I'm going to read it just so I won't misquote. It says, this is what he put. He says, to all that feel it's wrong to respectfully take a knee in protest to what they feel is injustice and equality, would you want to boycott sports and its sponsors if you felt that you were the victims of unjust and inequality? I don't know, I guess injustice, but inequality. Can you put yourself in someone else's shoes? And I said, questioning, why protest when you can vote and change laws? Period. Local government controls police, not the NFL, the NBA, or anything else for that matter. And he came back and responded with this. What's wrong with doing both? As the Sox sports commentators used to say, don't stop now, boys. And here's what I said. I would agree with you, but in today's world, a lot of these so-called protests turn into everything else but that. So to answer your question, I said you, it should have been your. To answer your question, I say don't do it. That should have been say, but it should have been say, but I put so. But I say don't do it because it turns into massive property damage, civil unrest, and last but not least, more lives lost and people seriously injured. Just to name a few reasons why you shouldn't do the shit, because the shit gets out of hand. And then he said, this is what he responds back and says, as I always say, don't paint everyone with the same brush. There exists many more peaceful protests than not, Brian. Just as well as there are plenty of more good police officers than bad. Still ain't answered the question or respond to the direct question of it being massive property damage, civil unrest, people getting hurt, and people fucking dying. If I could have 100 protests, which I don't need to have because I have political power and I can vote and change laws, why would I chance it and have 100 protests when out of that 100 protests, let's just say 10% of them are bad? If 10% of those protests result in massive property damage, lives being lost, civil unrest, and people being injured, why would I risk that for something that is unnecessary? No response and no answer to that. But Black lives are supposed to matter, right? People getting hurt. Oh, fuck that. Let's just do it. That's the mentality of motherfuckers today. They don't give a fuck because it ain't they people getting hurt. It ain't they people getting shot. It ain't they businesses getting torn down. It ain't they motherfucking houses getting fucked up. It ain't they local stores is getting fucked up. They're like, fuck it. Let's all fuck it up because it's fun and exciting to watch. And we can all say it's what Martin and Malcolm would have done. It's not. The reason why they protested, the reason why they marched is because they didn't have those fucking rights. They couldn't fucking change the law. They couldn't fucking vote. That's what they marched and protested for. The right to be able to fucking vote. The right to be able to fucking change laws. But you know what niggas like to do? You know what liberals like to do? We like to fuck shit up for the sake of fucking shit up. And if people die, so be it. We'll blame it on the other motherfuckers. That's the world we living in today. Let's tear up our own Targets. Let's tear up our Walmarts. Let's loot, rob, shoot, steal. Let's do everything we want. Let's just cause a bunch of fucking chaos and tear up a bunch of shit because it's exciting. It'll be on the news. We'll get on live. We'll get a bunch of likes. It's fun until your cousin gets shot. Then it stop the violence. Until your friend get killed. Then it's this shit gotta stop. Until your fucking business get fucked up. Now this is all Trump fault. No, it's all y'all fault because y'all motherfuckers encourage this shit. There's no reason to fucking protest when you can fucking vote. You're a dumbass if you do. There's no reason to fucking protest. There's no reason to set a fucking garbage can or start a fucking dumpster fire when you can go to your fucking congressman's office, when you can go to your mayor's office, when you can go to your state rep's office, when you can go and to a fucking ballot and vote for who and what the fuck you want. But being loud, being ignorant, causing a bunch of fucking noise and making a ruckus is fucking fun and it gets me a lot of attention. That's the world we living in today. I hope this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. It's late. I didn't intend to start a late show, but I knew I hadn't done one in so long that I needed to do one tonight, and that's what I did. So I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I appreciate everybody that actually came and clicked the like button, clicked the thumbs up, clicked the subscribe button, and looked over to the United Guns of America. Thank y'all for showing up them faithful few over there. It's a thing to where, hold on, let me see, what did this dude say? So Emory Kennedy said, KKK members infiltrated the police departments. You should understand why we are shell shocked. I mean, come on. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When was the last time anybody, please tell me, when was the last time anybody saw the KKK put their hand on a nigga? Has infiltrated the police department? Then why wouldn't black folks call the police? Why would black folks interact with the police? Why would, if black folks really, if the KKK has infiltrated the police department, why would a black person call the police, period, for anything? Because based on your logic, you're saying that the police, when they show up, they're going to be KKK anyway, and they're going to do something to us because we shell shocked. Has infiltrated the police since FBI said the KKK has infiltrated the police department since 2006. And what are they doing to black people? So are you telling me that every black person that done died because they was resisting arrest got killed and that person was a KKK member? Okay, then why the fuck are we resisting? Okay, great. Let's say that there is a KKK. Let's say the KKK has infiltrated the police. Based on the same, if the FBI said it, like you said, I mean, come on. So the FBI said it, and let's say they did. The FBI is only, the FBI saying that the KKK has infiltrated the police department. Police killed 1,000 people last year. 1,000. How many niggas have died in Chicago alone? How many niggas have died in every inner city in all of these across the country? How many niggas have died? Is that the KKK fault too? Where's the shell shock from that shit? I'll wait, Emery. I'll give you a couple of minutes to respond to that. Great point, CJ Gunn. So why is the KKK hiring black police officers? Why is the KKK hiring black police chiefs? Why is the KKK, since they've infiltrated the police department, why are they allowing all of these niggas to be top cops? One in Chicago, the last 2 top cops in Chicago were black. The police officer in Dallas, black. Police chief in Fort Lauderdale, black. Why is that happening when if the KKK done infiltrated the police department? How is that happening? How all these nigger mayors and these other nigger big shots, as Joe Biden would say, how are they getting in? If there's such an infiltration of KKK members in the police department since 2006. And you saying since 2006, that's 14 years of infiltration. How the fuck are these black cops still fucking being around? How the fuck are the numbers only 1,000 people dead by police officers? How is that? And that's FBI numbers. So you quoting the FBI, I came right back with you with an FBI quote. And if that's the case, then how do you compare the 1,000 people or let's go percentage wise, the less than 1% of people who get killed by the police? How do you compare that with all of the rest of the motherfucking murders that niggas are committing? Right. If you'd like to have a conversation though, Emery, about this, please email me at therelationshiprehab at gmail.com or email me at UGOA1791 at gmail.com. And I can set up a show. We can have a conversation about it. But I just wanted to drop a few of those nuggets and you can respond in the comment section whenever you get some answers for that. So, as I was saying before, I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that we as people start to understand that we need to control our controllables and get shit together and get shit on a better fucking page when it comes to handling ourselves with the police. We just do. In all fairness, here's my brother. He said, in all fairness, infiltrate does not mean takeover. Point being is what? If they are there, they're there. There's no way we can get out the KKK. There's no way that we can eliminate the KKK. So it's just like saying we're going to get rid of roaches. How? You can't do it. It's just like talking about how once we find a cure for the coronavirus, it's going to be gone forever. It's not. That's just like saying we got a shot for the mumps. It's not. It still can happen. We got the flu shot. Motherfuckers still catch the flu. So what do? You try to take better care of yourself. That's called self-care. Not to say that it won't come your way and you won't get it, but if you take better care of yourself, you take better care of your own communities, if you take better care of your own motherfucking shit that's going on in your neighborhoods, then you ain't got to worry about the 1%, less than 1%, 2 or 3 police officers that's bad. It's bad fucking doctors. So what the fuck do we do about that? The KKK has infiltrated the medical field too. That's why niggas is dying. The KKK is behind COVID, which has affected more black people. So how do you defeat that? More people are dying. More black folks are dying from COVID than any other fucking race. So what do? We need to take better care of ourselves because fucking diabetes, high blood pressure, fucking asthma, all of the fuck shit that we put on ourselves, we need to be more responsible for it so that we can take better care of ourselves by just doing things like taking our ass to the doctor, by doing things like eating better, by doing things like exercising. Well, the food that we got is all fucked up. The food is sometimes fucked up. Exactly. Niggas that was slaves was eating fucking pig intestines. But you know what they had to do every day? They had to get up and work for 12 hours. That means your ass got a fucking workout. So whatever the fuck you was eating was getting pushed the fuck out because you was working your ass off. We ain't got to do that nowadays. Making better choices and smarter choices for yourself, that's called self-responsibility and self-accountability. When you're doing that, you minimize all that other shit that could happen to you. It could happen this way. The niggas that's over here talking about the fucking police, imagine the niggas that's living in the Congo right now in Africa. What the fuck they up against? Imagine the niggas that are living in apartheid. Imagine what the fuck they're up against. So trying to make it seem like this is the worst fucking place on earth and that shit here is just so terrible, so fucked up. There are people who got it worse than you and you're not even taking advantage of the shit you can being here. They're in the department. I get it. The KKK is still here. But the KKK is not our adversary. It's not our biggest threat. It goes right back to my gunshot analogy. If I show up at the fucking emergency room and I got a fucking splinter in my finger, a black eye, and a fucking gunshot wound to the fucking chest, which one should the doctor look at first? That's it. So the KKK being in the police department, fine. It is not the clear and present danger that we have. And if we would just focus on that, we would be so much better off that the other shit would take care of itself and we could address those things. But we don't want to take responsibility and accountability for the shit we are putting on ourselves. We want to talk about everything else and blame everything else before we do that. And anybody that says anything different, they're a fucking coon, they're a fucking race hater, they self-hate themselves, they hate themselves, they must have been hurt before, and they got all this other fuck shit that's wrong with them. That's our mentality. Niggas don't wanna do shit for themselves. They want somebody to do it for them. And what's fucked up about it, we want the people that we say so-called hate us, don't like us, afraid of us, want to destroy us, them the very same motherfuckers that we want to like us, take care of us, be fair to us, and help us. That is fucking insanity. If there's racism, KKK, Aryan Nation, Nazis, if there's all this shit here against niggas, we should be the last motherfuckers asking for those people that we say hate us to help us change, do things different, give us this, take us here, be better than. They should be the last ones we asking for. We should be the main ones saying, get the fuck away from us. Don't speak for us at Black Lives Matter. Don't speak for us at protests. I understand you want to help us, but goddamn it, we don't need you to say shit on our behalf. We'll say it ourselves. We should be the main ones saying it. Everybody who want to help black folks, shut the fuck up. Let black folks help us. Let us help us. But no. We want white people to speak up for us. We want white people to come and be nice to us. We want these white folks to do what they y'all enslaved us. Y'all need to fix that. What? Why? If I hate you, why would I come around and help you? That's like asking the devil to be nice to me. That's one of Tommy's fucking things he always say. Devil, would you please be nice and love on me? Huh? How does that work? White folks, we want reparations. How? If you want reparations, you want the government to give you reparations, then I think more niggas need to be in the government that are for reparations. Duh. You got to get some fucking sock puppets out to explain that to niggas? No. We want everybody to stop being racist. Who the fuck stops being racist? We want to stop people from drinking so much. How the fuck do you do that? They tried it with prohibition. What the fuck was everybody doing? Still drinking. Marijuana been illegal for the past 200, 300 years. What are people still doing? Getting high. Smoking marijuana, even when it was illegal. So what is your point? Right, CJ Gunn. The NFAC wants fucking Texas. Yeah, we'll just give it to you. Yeah, we'll just give you the biggest state in the fucking union. We are, yeah, one of the most highest areas of growth and fucking opportunity in our fucking country today. Yeah, we'll just fork that over to all black people, and everybody else that's white will move the fuck out. Yeah, we'll let you have the port. We'll let you have the oil. We'll let you have the land. Yeah, just go ahead. All the cattle and everything. We'll just fucking pack up and leave this to you guys. Sign the deed right over. Why? Because you asked, goddammit, and you deserve it. That's the mentality niggas have. These liberal ass niggas want somebody to come and give them a fucking hand out. Talking about, that's a hand up. No, ain't nobody gonna give you shit. Do you think if the fucking pilgrims would have came over here and said, please, Native Americans, can y'all let us have this place? We could do so much more with it. It's so nice over here. You got so much land. All you motherfuckers are doing are riding around shooting buffaloes and living in teepees. We want to tear a bunch of this shit down and build a bunch of shit. Would y'all Indians please let us have some of this? Y'all will? Y'all will move all the way to the end of the motherfucking West Coast? You will? You'll get all your shit together and let us have it? Okay, thank you so much. That's exactly what these people are talking like. It makes no sense. Get your own, build your own, start your own. Like I said in my racism video the other day. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like I said in my racism video the other day. Those people that brought that 97 acres of land, I didn't have not a single fucking problem with that. You know why? Because it's a fucking start. No, the shit may not be turned around in 10 years. But in the next 30, in the next 60, in the next 100, 4 or 5 generations from now, it could become a fucking new Atlanta. All black owned. It could become the next Wakanda. It could become something. It has the potential to become something. Just by a simple investment of a few black people buying damn near 100 acres of land. How the fuck you think all this other shit started? How the fuck do you think fucking Boston started? How do you think Virginia started? How do you think all of this shit started? It started by a few fucking people getting together and fucking taking over this little land and expanding on it. But when you tell some niggas, hey, let's get together and let's buy another 100 acres next to this 100 acres. Nah, man, I don't want to do that shit, man. I don't want to do that shit. I'm going to get this Maserati, you know? Man, I ain't trying to do that shit, man. I don't want to live there, man. Ain't shit there. Ain't shit there because you ain't built it. You talk about Black Wall Street, seems like a perfect spot to start another one. Just saying. But watch how many niggas move there. Watch how many rich niggas move there. Watch how many basketball players, football players, rappers. Watch how many of them move there. Not a goddamn one of them. Because they want to move to Rodeo Drive where they can go to the Versace store. Because they want to be able to go and live on Star Island in motherfucking Florida so they can say, I got the biggest house out here. You don't have shit because you don't build shit. It's that simple. If you're not working and building something for yourself, you're not going to get it. And nobody's going to give it to you. Never going to get it, never going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it. Never going to get it, never going to get it. Never going to get it. It's that simple, man. Jeez. All right, man. Let me get the fuck out of here. We almost coming up on 3 hours. Hey, look, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I appreciate all of the likes and the subscribes. Let's keep building. Let's keep moving the channel forward. Like I said, we have 6,100 subs. Let's go. We on the push to 7,000. Let's do this, goddammit. Essentially, we can pull 1,000 each month for the next 4 months. We'll be there. We have 4 months to get 1,000 subs a month to get 10,000. Let's do this. It's gonna happen. Click the like, click the subscribe, click the share button. My name is Brian Redmond. I want to say thank you to everybody in Soto Nation. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. And at the end of the day, guys, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America. Until next time, people, peace, and I'm out. If I can find my outro music, but I can't. There it is. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Y'all ain't ready for me. But y'all was today. And I was ready for y'all. I enjoyed myself. All right, y'all. Peace.